See,
Do we have word from
Adam.
Roger?
Adam just whoopee cushioned that time.
I did not.
I did not hear it. And Roger said, like, he put a note in Facebook saying, I am on my way home now, which means I believe he's like, I am on my way home. Sorry, you losers. I'm not going to be able to do anything. It's, hi guys, I'm on my way. I will be there, kind of. It seemed like we were good.
I received a text a few minutes ago saying that he'd be on his way if they ever let him leave. So I'm not sure how recent your Facebook thing is.
Let me double check. It specifically says, oh god, Adam, picture on Facebook. You may have been drunk before, but you haven't been drunk lightsaber fighting in the street at 2 a.m. drunk before.
We can fix that. Get your ass down here.
Work. Hey, dude, I've been home for all of 3.5 hours. Okay.
That's at least enough time to put out 6 resumes.
Actually, the big thing I had to do was evidently the tuition reimbursement thing I was going for with Kroger. I apparently requested my transcript too early because all my summer semester things were in progress. So now that that's done, I had to actually spend time finding and requesting another transcript now that the semester's over. Anyway, Roger's thing says on my way home, and it was 17 minutes ago.
Well, he may be a little later than he was hoping to let on.
Okay. Name spellings are corrected everywhere.
Okay, because it's just, for some reason, Boopy-Do's name looks weird with the boop in it. Oh yeah, what did we group loot last time? Scroll of Raised Dead, a healing potion, a handy haversack, black spheres that just knowledge meta of me running through the DMG. I think those are beads of force, but I'm not entirely sure. And dense purple liquid with a floating pink cloud. Oop. And I think that was my cat.
Your cat?
Something just decided to, brush up against me. You know that part where you very faintly feel the edge of something brushing up against you, and you're like, Jesus Christ, no, it's just my cat.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the potion was your cat.
No, that's a familiar. Get your terminology right.
Hey, I mean, it could just be your pet cat turned into potion form.
We also got a bronze rat pentacle and a rope necklace from the hilariously named goblins. While I was visiting Adam, I saw the book. It's amazing. Oh yeah, and Adam, just for the sake of in the future, I'm just gonna, if we're gonna have 2 people out tonight, I think we should actually have their characters be controlled by us if fighting does occur. So could you give me control of Alistair?
I agree, and I will do that shortly. In the middle of something.
Okay.
Wait, was Roger Alistair or Cyril?
Roger is Cyril. Alistair is Eddie, who is also out tonight. Kyle's going to be out tonight also, and he's Reese. So someone's going to have to control the Warlock, too.
Is Bastian no longer with us?
Yeah, Jack officially dropped out of the campaign after one session because his real life time would only allow him for one game, and he wanted to stick with the group that he had been presently in before we started this one.
Okay.
Also, the fringe benefit of a published adventure. I know for a fact Adam does not have much in the way of prepping for this session's game over the last few days. Luckily, the book does most of it for him.
I need to run something out of a book at least once. If only ran things that I've homebrewed. Sounds so much easier.
Yeah, and also, like, when you're running out of a book and you encounter an NPC, you usually know who that NPC is and why they're saying the things they are. It's not just you encounter a pack of goblins. They seem like they are dancing around a pile of trash that must be treasures to them. They see you and say, "You don't take shinies," and attack you. No, it's like the first chapter of Rise of the Rune Lords is all about goblins attacking people and stuff, and you know why. They're incredibly silly and stupid, and the book even says some of them jump off of buildings and fall and crack their necks open, but the point is NPCs have allegiances and whatnot, and one of the things that as players it's good to remember in a published adventure is that when you encounter an NPC, it's usually not just must kill. Usually they have something they want to say, or they can be made to help you or harm you depending on how you ask. What the fuck? Oh, this is messed up. Listen to this. This is just one of those headlines that you hear it and you just go, what? The headline is, Mother-son couple arrested for incest attempt to change how we look at romance.
User joined your channel.
Hello, user.
Hi, Roger.
Hello.
Back. Okay. Hi, Roger. You still riding high off your trivia tournament championship win? I ask as he mutes himself.
But yeah, that's they were destined to win. I'm assuming Will and Matt are on a team with them. But Will, Matt, and David have a guild in Guild Wars 2. We frequently do stuff that's kind of their game.
Yep, I only just occasionally did stuff in Guild Wars 2. I'm not even that high on any of my characters. I think my highest is a level 30-something Norn.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah, so at least the two human kingdoms I knew of, Kryta and Ascalon, at least one of them was the correct answer. I just didn't choose it.
I've gotten about almost all of my characters to level 80, which is max level for that, but
is that with the Heart of Thorns?
Yeah, Heart of Thorns just completely changes the way that the game is played. I mean, when you're moving around, you get the glider, and oh my god, when it tells you can't use your glider because you're in some sort of jumping puzzle that was made before they had the idea of gliders. Oh man, a glider would just break the puzzle.
Oh.
You just feel so powerless without it.
I don't have it yet, so I guess Roger's in a very, very loud place.
Yeah, I think you need to be max level before you can get it, because you need to go into the Heart of Thorns area, which is designed for max level people, and then play around long enough to get a glider. So it's in-game stuff.
I figured as much. It's just like, yeah, it's like when you go there. Like my strategy is, I think I've cleared out. What's the name of that place? Oh god, what's the?
Care to describe it?
Yeah, I know it's the name of the starting Norn area, but that's not exactly the place I'm thinking of. Oh, the starting Silvari place. I know I've done everything there with at least not the Silvari, the
Azura?
Yeah, the Azura. Yeah, I've cleared out the starting area for the Azura at least 4 times. And yeah, I've completely mapped Divinity's Reach all 5 times. Which, by the way, is funny, just seeing a Norn try to jump around human architecture.
Not even humans fit in some of those doors.
I know, right? And I just love the human backstories. Oh, I was an orphan. Oh, my parents disappeared. Oh, I missed a chance to join the circus. Wait, what?
I still don't have a Norn character. Well, actually, I do have a Norn character, but I haven't gotten him to level 80 yet. Whenever I build a character for the Norn, I get in my mind that, they act this certain way, and this is their aesthetic, and then they open their goddamn mouth, and they're all hunting bros.
Well, yeah, they're just 9-foot-tall Vikings.
Yeah. So, my first Norn character had this real mean face. I tried to make him as short as possible. He looked like a jerk. But then he opened his mouth and was just like, "Friends! I love you all!" Despite the fact that he looked like a bear fell into a blender.
Okay.
Lol.
Oh, good. We're not being drowned out by Roger's ambient noise anymore.
Yay. Had to find my headset and put it on.
Okay. I figured he would have done that before you logged on, but whatever.
I wanted to show that I was actually, on my way and not just... God, like... I went into work yesterday at 5, and I didn't leave until 4 a.m., and then I went back into work today at noon, and they were, starting to imply that they wouldn't let me go, and I was like, goodbye. I just I was like, I'm off.
FTP.
Goodbye.
FTP, fuck this place.
Au revoir, bitches.
Hey, Roger, we just need you to stay. TLDR, gone.
What was that? Sorry.
Roger, we need you.
I was already outside the door.
Oh, okay. Roger, we need you to... What's the sticky note that says TLDR?
Wait, why is his hat not moving? Damn it, he's used the mannequin again.
Alan!
Alright. Where is Adam?
Adam is busy doing DME things. He's here. He's in the chat room. He's just busy doing stuff. I happen to know for a fact for the last 4 or 5 days he hasn't done any prep work, but...
Is this all the people we're expecting today?
Yeah, Eddie's stuck at work, and all I know is Kyle's not going to make it. So if it comes to a fight, I'm going to play Alistair, and one of you guys is going to have to play the Warlock, the Cthulhu Lock.
One second, I need to let my cat in the room. He's feeling nervous.
Oh, good.
Ben's cat is strange.
Most cats are strange. I live with 2 of them. How long do they usually live?
What, cats?
Yeah.
I don't actually know the average lifespan of a cat.
I would have figured mine would have died by now. I got them in freaking middle school. Anyway, while Adam's still doing his thing, while I was there and had some off time, I finally finished the book I was reading, which is a book that takes place in the Forgotten Realms. It was pretty good, but also because of that book, I now know how to curse in Draconic, and I know how Tiamat talks to people when she's pissed off.
Are those 2 things related?
No, that's because the main characters are a pair of Tiefling twin sisters, and they were raised by a Dragonborn. So they curse in Draconic all the time.
The average lifespan of a cat has been rising recently. In 2014, it was somewhere between 12 and 15 years. But cats have been reported as surviving into the 30s, with the oldest known cat dying at a verified age of 38.
Wow.
So, cats are slowly living longer.
Although, if my cat continues to shit in the fan of the room, I'm going to make sure it ends at a nice, ripe teenage age.
Average is 12 to 15, so you're getting close.
Yeah, I know. Especially when it gets really, really hot in the house and they're just lying there and it's almost like they're dead and I have to actually go poke them to see if they move. Like it's that one episode of Friends.
I'm back. I realized that the cat hadn't been fed, and that's why he was being so needy.
Ah.
Ben,
Something
did
about
you know,
needs makes him needy.
Did you know the average lifespan of the cat has been rising since 1980s? And the number of global pirates has been decreasing?
I believe these two things are completely unrelated to each other, although I could be wrong.
I read a book where it was found out that cats carried the vampire parasite that turned people into zombies.
Huh.
It was a weird book.
It's not like Porphyria, is it?
But the zombies were needed because in the second book it was found out that there was landworms. And only the zombie vampires could fight the landworms, and the cats were part of a conspiracy to fight the landworms. It was a really bad book. I mean, the first book was good. The second book was bad.
Cats are actually, their cat livers are less effective than human livers. So they can actually get poisoned by a lot of stuff that humans would be considered safe.
Like daiquiris.
Like vodka.
Like Tylenol or aspirin.
Well, luckily when my cats have a headache, they A, don't complain about it, and B, just lie down all day, so...
Funny story, speaking of lifespans of animals. Did you know that there is no recorded average lifespan of an alligator? Because every time we think we know the average lifespan of an alligator, we find one that is older. So theoretically, we're not even certain if there is a cap to how long an alligator can live.
So what you're saying is the data is still, being processed. We have yet to get a conclusive average because an alligator hasn't died yet.
Well, we don't really know when they were born, and B, we know that their lives in captivity are not really indicative of their lives in the wild as far as lifespan goes. But the more interesting part is just simply that theoretically, under the right circumstances, an alligator could live forever. or at least a really, really, really long
Hey,
time.
theoretically, under the right circumstances, a human could live forever. See Mr. House in Fallout New Vegas.
Yes, see the fictional source instead of see the field of medicine.
No, I'm just saying that, in certain cases, with certain circumstances. That's just the first one that came to mind, because he kept himself alive with medical technology when he was just a shriveled up piece of beef jerky, but he was still alive. Shut up, it was brilliant.
You say after nobody said anything.
Yeah,
Fair
no
play.
average alligator lifespan has been measured. In 1937, an adult specimen was taken to a Belgrade zoo in Serbia, which is now at least 80 years old.
Jesus fuck. No wonder people are scared of those things. And what do they get to do? They get to swim, sunbathe, and lie still all day.
And really, they just keep getting just bigger and bigger. You know, like what was another thing that was interesting? The
Yeah.
average lifespan of an alligator snapping turtle.
Okay.
This sounds.
Well, we already know that turtles can live for centuries, so unless it's past that, let us know.
Yeah, they're believed to be capable of living to at least 200 years of age.
That's a really long time of scaring people who live near lakes, specifically the 6-year-olds. Alright, and judging from the fact that there's now a 5th token in play, I imagine Adam is busy doing that DM stuff.
Though not a regular food source for them. Adult alligator snappers can have even been known to kill and eat small American alligators.
Must be a small alligator or a really big snapping turtle.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
I am very afraid. Luckily, oh no. I'm actually really close to a lake. Ah! More organizing of the tokens is happening.
Hey, Roger.
Hey, Ben.
About the last Tuesday game.
What about it?
I hope you don't mind. I had Blackpool. Do you remember what was going on with the drug dealer?
He was just running away.
Yeah. Well, Far Hunter went flying after him and followed him back to the gate. But I had Blackpool say to the others while he was gone, "Don't follow me," and go wandering off to do some weird, badass Tengu thing.
That is literally the most edgy thing I could have thought of. I'm so proud of you, Ben. I love it.
Did you come up with Black Quill just because the Tengu have black feathers, or did you actually name him after the character in the latest Phoenix Wright game?
A little bit of both. He has sort of this rogue samurai thing going on.
Of course he does. You know, he said drug dealer, and I was like, oh, they're playing World of Darkness. Tengu, up. Oh, okay, there we go.
It wasn't World of Darkness. It's Oriental-inspired 5th edition game.
Okay. And actually, one of the ideas that I actually came up with while I was hanging out with Adam is eventually, like maybe after this game's done, we play another game, and then I go back and we do the second half of Tyranny of Dragons, Rise of Tiamat, just because I'll probably be over my DM fatigue by that point. But my next job after that, I think, DM-wise, is converting the Rise of the Rune Lords adventure into 5th edition rules, and then trying that.
Yep, there was something.
Yeah, I heard that. I was wondering what the hell that was.
The noise.
Oh.
Ah!
Ah, stop. Painful.
Sorry, hold on. Let me try this again.
That can just stop.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
That's how you summon him. You play the themes of mysteries for him to come running.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
All right, so tonight's session is canceled. You can thank Luke.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks, Luke.
Dum dum ba 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 da ba. Bum 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 ba 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 da ba ba.
See, the problem is there's an Eagles song that sounds kind of like that, and I'm not a big Eagles fan, so that's not helping.
On a dark desert highway.
Wrong Eagles song.
In the time before the light.
I don't know if you expected me to continue, but I'm not going to.
Good. All right. So,
So,
who wants control of the other characters not present? Luke has Alistair.
Dibs. Oh,
well, I always wanted to play a warlock. I'm afraid that might be too complicated for me. I'd get somebody killed.
long story.
It's not too complicated. Just Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, remember, we're only level 2. That's just Eldritch Blast everything that attacks us until it stops attacking us.
And you have like 2 level 1 spells.
Oh yeah, and they're practically cantrips, right?
I mean, like,
Well, one of them is Hex, and it's actually pretty good. While you concentrate on someone, they take extra necrotic damage.
When you hit them.
When you hit them, yes.
All right, I'll take care of the warlock.
All right.
Which one's the warlock?
Reese, Kyle's character. No,
Uthal?
yeah,
no, Uthal's me.
no.
Dro.
That's-
Is Dro the warlock?
I think
Dro's
Bastion
you.
is the warlock.
I'll let
What
you.
about Shushar? Is he the warlock?
You know, I'm gonna let you do this while I actually go turn on some lights so I can see what the hell I'm doing.
Ben, you now have control of Reese.
Ooh, I get to look at all of his underwear.
Oh snap!
All of the pairs.
It is all plaid.
Okay, so my my other cat, the black one, is also in here, and she was curled up on top of my brother's old discarded pile of black clothes. So I went to go turn on the lights, turned around, and all of a sudden my brother's clothes started looking at me until I realized it was a cat. Yeah, and we're gonna have to like go into the journal and say it can be controlled by, and then me if you want me to have control of Alistair.
I already did.
You did? It doesn't seem like it.
Try again. I might have
Okay,
forgotten to hit
now I can do it. Okay.
save changes.
That's probably it. Now I can do it. Okay. Let's take a look at his character sheet and give all of his gold to me, because Alistair's kind like that. He calls it a tithe. And yay, there's Alistair's health bar, so that the cleric, me, can see it for later. Okay, what spells? You don't have spells here, do you? No, we don't. He's got a short sword, he's got his divine smite, and he's got a hand crossbow. He's decked out. Okay. Okay, I'll be able to handle Alistair.
Alrighty. So, last time we left off, y'all had just been attacked by the band of goblins.
Guppy and Boing,
Yes.
who ran away.
Guppy and Boing.
Who ran
And
away.
we were given the Chekhov's gunman episode 3 taunt of "I will return."
Boing will kill. Boing will kill.
Next time.
So that when he comes back, like right before the final boss, we'll be like, "Oh yeah."
Oh, by the way, I actually saw the picture of Boing in the book, and he has like pants that come up to his nipples. We'll know him by his ridiculous fashion sense.
True story. It's worth noting at this point that because this is the Underdark and there aren't many accesses to the surface, a lot of creatures like goblins that you can recognize are in some ways slightly off from their normal terrarian versions. The Terranian versions. The subterranean versions are a little different. For example, the goblins, from now on, are labyrinth goblins.
Okay. Jim
Didn't know that was required watching.
Jim Henson goblins.
They look kind of like Muppets,
Okay, you know what?
but they can kill you.
Okay, it's not exactly required watching, but just YouTube Dance Magic Dance and watch a couple minutes of it and you'll see what he's talking about.
I'll have flashbacks to my sister playing that over and over and over and over again in high school.
Okay,
That's because your sister is female and David Bowie was David Bowie, so that's understandable.
and also the song's catchy as fuck.
Wait, Ben's sister is female?
First I heard of it.
We're clarifying here.
Well, I mean, I make the assumption.
Assumptions are dangerous things to make.
If you're a woman.
You're right.
So anyway, the Underdark.
So anyway, the Underdark, y'all decided, after scavenging around the ruins that you had found, ancient ruins that had long since collapsed underneath the surface,
But had a perfectly
And-
serviceable handy haversack laying around.
and a few other magic items.
Yeah. We basically found the items and then we took a rest to recover our stuff. And when we finished the rest, Uthal's gonna say that since we took a long rest and a fight, we should probably spend today doing fast pay. And we also scavenged recently. Today should be a fast-paced day to get us closer to. Oh God, what's
Slubluda.
Yeah, that.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Wait. Slubluda.
Yes, that. We should probably head that way. Hey,
Shoot the whoop.
yeah, I think I made that joke last session, but yeah, we should double time it today, and hell, maybe even tomorrow, because we got food and water for a couple of days because we fashioned some water skins together, and also we can put all the food we stored in the handy haversack, so it's not going to weigh us down.
I think that's probably a good idea. The faster we move, the more distance we can put between us. Although it is reassuring that we have not seen or heard anything from behind us.
Well, I think we should keep it that way because we're only 2-3 days out, and they were kind of dealing with a demon attack, so I'm not
Have
leaving. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to leave anything to chance. I'm trained in it. Is there anybody among the PCs who's trained in survival?
Let me check.
And while
He says, "Yes, I am.
wait, who says?
I do."
Oh, okay. Okay. Since we fought goblins and made camp for a little while, we should probably take time to clear our tracks, to remove the campsite and cover our path.
That's probably a good idea.
Do we need to roll? What should I roll for survival on that? What DC should I go?
Just roll survival and tell me what it is.
Botch.
You attempt to cover your trail.
I'll attempt to do it as well, maybe a little more thoroughly. 22.
You also attempt to cover your trail.
He does a much better job than I because as I'm doing it, I'm leaving Goliath footprints around.
Uthal goes up into the cave with a stick or a rock or something and starts scraping against the ground to cover everybody's tracks, but he's doing it in front of himself. So as he gets to the end, he says, "Done!" And there's a bunch of giant footsteps.
I'm helping!
Just imagining if Cyril didn't fix that. The pursuer is going, "Oh my god." And this is where the giant picked up the rest of the party and carried them for a time.
He must be some sort of hulking monstrosity.
Some giant hulking brute.
He might be large-sized.
He's some giant hulking brute. Let's stab at him with pointy things.
You are the brute squad.
Ow!
Correct.
Ow.
That was very loud, Adam.
That's loud?
Well, it was high pitched, so it was more striking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
Your microphone picked it up a lot.
Yeah, that was not me. That was technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I said you are the brute.
No. We heard that. It just hurt.
Oh, okay, cool. So, I assume you strike camp and start moving?
Shit, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And you said it was like a week and a half from Velkin. Fuck to
Velkenvelv.
Velkenvelv to
Shoot the whoop.
Sloobloodop.
Okay. Sloobladop, okay.
Scatman's world.
Good old Scatman references.
Bebop or reboot for rhubarb high.
You are about halfway there, and you've been traveling for 3 to 4 days. Again, time telling is a bit weird because there isn't a sun that you can see.
I imagine the Underdark members of our NPC companions can help us out with that because that's what they're used to.
You assume that the Underdark immediately judges time by the same intervals as surface dwellers.
Well, they can.
They're societies
he's-
that have grown and are created completely without a sun. They have their
He's
own
saying
methods of timekeeping. Yes.
He's saying that some of the NPCs should be able to have some sort of internal clock.
like Topsy would be like, it's been like 7 decacycles since the last time I slept. I'm getting a little sleepy.
But if they've never been to the surface, then how can they equate that to a day?
It's been 14 hoovadoops.
And yet some people.
It has, in fact, been 14 hoobadoops.
Can we
How
make a
long's a
knowledge
hoop-a-doop?
local?
Well,
Can we make?
apparently 14 hoopadoops is about 3 days.
You guess.
Can we make a knowledge local to
What's Nokel?
I mean,
What is it?
Shushar
Knowledge
tells you
local?
you're
There's not
about
knowledge
halfway. He's the one from Sloobladop.
Okay.
Alright.
All right.
He's the only member who is familiar with the immediate vicinity.
Okay. So my plan is we have rations for a couple days. We spend 2 days hoofing it through the Underdark. By that point, it should be time to restock our rations. Or if we find like a particularly copious bunch of fungus, we could probably stop for about half an hour to gather some. But
As you are all discussing your plans for travel,
we are walking while discussing, by the way.
But at some point during the morning, while discussing your plans for further travel and so on, as everyone starts to get into their rations to get a meal for the day, you find that the pieces of carrion crawler that you had harvested have gone bad.
I tossed them out. Shit.
So instead of 2 days worth of food, you now have 1 day worth.
Ugh.
You know, I think that would have been our first day's worth of rations. We would have eaten those.
You got a couple days worth while you were there,
That's right. Okay.
Well,
but only lasted a day.
I mean, we're probably just gonna have to scavenge for more food, which means I guess we'll have to go a bit slower.
Well, but we still have food for 1 day. Let's get some distance between us and Valkenvelv quickly. Well, actually, remember, we can go for a couple of days without food. It's water that we need.
Correct.
All right.
How much water do we have?
I think we have 3 water skins, but for the rest of the party, I don't know what the NPCs did for water skins, but we know Stool doesn't need any.
He just absorbs it through his feet.
He's a fungus. He makes his own shit.
Actually, if he's a fungus, he probably eats it.
Actually, if he's a fungus, let's give
Yeah.
the rotten meat to him.
He is what he eats. That's why he's called Stool.
Stool.
Get exactly 0.8 kex for that.
Is that a Titan AE reference?
This is a very obscure Titan AE reference.
Just minor side note, Titan AE has one of my most favorite moments of, this was so obviously written while they were playing D&D scenes ever, where they're trying to get past the guard, and then the guard
Yes,
rolls,
that's a great scene.
and then the guard crits on his sense motive
All right,
and
so,
his knowledge check.
Adam, I'm gonna go ahead and roll for survival to see if I can't find some tracks for water, or if I can't find like a source of water where we can drink as we're traveling this day.
I'm gonna do that too, and I'm also gonna roll perception to see if I can't hear it. Can I hear water from off in the distance? Because you can usually hear moving water.
Can I do anything to scout ahead of them, make sure that they're safe while they do this?
Yes, you can travel ahead, but these are winding caverns with many branching paths. Are you familiar with the Underdark?
No, more like keeping in front of them and in contact with them so that if anything attacks, it attacks me first.
Well, I also am basically always carrying a light source because no dark vision, so he can usually follow that glow back to me because everything that lives down here probably has dark vision. Anyway, and I got 12 on survival and perception, 18 to hear the sounds of water.
I need a d20 roll from one player. First one gets it.
Got it. Shit, Ben got it.
Ha!
But I rolled the 20.
No,
Nope.
Ben,
15,
why did you do that?
15 counts.
Because I am the superior.
All right, now Luke, because you were close second, roll me another one.
Can we just use the 20?
Yes.
You know, actually,
I don't like that buzz.
Nope,
I don't
too
like
late.
it.
okay. Shit. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Although, if it's anything like the encounter tables in the Tyranny of Dragons books, I think I just fucked us.
You bad person.
You hear no evidence of water as you travel through the Underdark, scouting ahead a little bit, foraging, party behind you. And Shushar's towards the front with you because he's the one guiding the party, being the most familiar with the area. And you come around one bend of a larger tunnel, and a white, silky substance stops your light from continuing further through the cavern. As you approach, holding up your torch and looking, you notice that it's a very dense corridor filled with webs. Spider webs.
I'm having Dark Souls 2 flashbacks. Oh yeah, shit, Kyle and Eddie aren't here to vouch for that.
This is the fastest way to Slubludak.
Is it the best way?
It's the only way I am familiar with.
Were these webs here the previous time you traveled this way?
Not that I recall.
Well,
Then it's probably a younger group of spiders.
yes, it means there are spiders here, which also means that the drow, who probably also have spiders, will be able to follow us across them quite quickly. However, I also don't think it will be very easy to leave footprints on spider webs.
These are not webs that you can traverse easily. It is a corridor filled with webs.
Hero will go ahead and take his metal pipe and sort of test to see how sticky the webs are. If there's something they can be brushed aside, like cobwebs, or if they have some sort of strong adhesive on them.
They're rather sticky webs. Now, it does appear that they're spaced far enough apart that you could work your way through them, but it would definitely slow your pace.
It's not worth it. Is there any way we can go around?
Not that I know of.
I'm going to say if that our guide for this area does not know another way around and we are being pursued, I really think we should just try. If something attacks us, we can kill it. And also, if something's coming for us, it'll disturb the webs and we'll get some advance warning.
Yeah, and if we're disturbing the webs, whoever's in there is going to get advance warning.
I'm willing to bet that if we proceed this direction, we're going to find spiders of varying degrees of size and ferociousness anyway. So, at the very least, if we stay here, we risk running into a shitload of drow. And possibly demons. There were demons back there.
Do you think we could lure the spiders out?
Tiny side note. The demons thing.
Yeah? They attacked.
No, I was just saying, that's a small side note. We might run into spiders, but also there were demons, but, spiders.
Spiders we've killed. Several of them already. Demons, we saw one and it was beat up and it scared us shitless.
Well, I mean, there's really no other way around it.
You know what? At worst, maybe the warlock could just eldritch blast his way through several of these spider webs to clear a path for us.
That would alert the spiders.
I think everything we do will alert the spiders.
I'm saying we alert the spiders on purpose, bring them here where we can fight them without being caught in webs.
Alright, very well. But also, a quick warning, the webs do not burn, they just melt, so do not try to set the thing on fire.
Actually, I spoke with some physics chemistry people, and they said that they do melt, but it's kind of like napalm. They melt and burn.
Oh, okay. I just remember reading that,
I really don't think we should go through the webs. Says Topsy, and Turvy mumbles and what you take to be confirmation.
Well, then I guess you can stay here, and we'll go through the webs.
Do you know something that we do not?
Webs, spiders eat, spiders kill. Maybe we can find another route.
Alistair perks up and says, "Don't worry, if you stay by me, I will protect you as we go through the webs." Because Paladin.
I have to side with the diminutive ones. I think the web is a bad idea.
Do we have another course of action?
We could try to find a circuitous route.
We could try to find... I'm going to speak as Alistair because I'm a little tired of doing Uthal's voice and, get some of the other characters that have been, absent for a couple of weeks some time in here. Circuitous routes, yes, we could avoid the spiders, but I'm willing to bet that there's not just as great of a chance that we can encounter something worse down a different path. Yes, there might be less spiderwebs, but there also might be a massive cliff face or a dead end of some sort, and we would just have wasted our time.
Or we could encounter nothing at all.
Or that.
Let's do
I'm
this.
familiar with this territory.
Let's do this the fair way, okay? Let's take a vote, and we'll see if we go through the webs or not. I will vote that we traverse the webs.
Actually, I got a quick question. I got an idea. Alistair turns around and asks Seraph what he knows about spiders and whatnot in this area. Because he's a drow, he might know.
You see webs in front of you, don't you?
Yes.
Hey, if you can hear me, I think my internet connection is going out. I might be away for a while.
We can't.
I can hear you.
We can still hear you.
We can still hear you.
I can barely hear you. Y'all are coming in like... And Roll20 says that my connection has been interrupted.
Okay.
Well,
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
yay! And there was much rejoicing.
Yay. Alright.
Alright, so... place your token inside the blue sphere if you are for going through the webs.
I'm going to wait just a second. I haven't cast my vote yet. I want to see how others vote.
Oh, it looks like Hillary's going to win. I guess there's no point in voting for Trump. And do Topsy and Turvy count as one vote or two?
2 votes. Alright, you've got 2 votes to count for.
Does anybody know how Reese would vote?
It doesn't matter how he would vote. You're in control of him.
I mean,
I think it matters.
yeah,
On
it
this
does, 'cause
one-
right now it looks like it's, well, if he votes against them, there's no way voting for can win.
That's not true.
I'm going to stick with the elves.
Stool is indecisive.
I guess we go around then.
Even if still joins them, it wouldn't come over.
If you keep your vote as go around,
I think the majority has it.
It looks like the nays have it.
very well.
This is malarkey, but there's really nothing we can do.
Hey, we agreed to put it to a vote.
Can we just keep the cards out?
No, because Adam has the cards out one at a time to signify which NPC he's talking as.
Yeah, but you could do that by just dragging it in front of everybody. And if the cards are out, it's just easier to keep in mind who's who.
Well, that's also why we have a great big, list over there on the left.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the choice is to go around.
Alright, so we're going to ask Shushar. It's like, alright, do you know a better way around than the spider webs there?
I
Zora
have
said no.
already said that I know not another route. This is why I voted to go through the webs.
In that case, quick question. You said these webs were new.
It has been a long time since I have traversed this cavern.
Okay, never mind on the new thing, but you do know what is through that cavern, which way it leads to.
Yes.
Does it curve in any way? Or does it go on straight?
It curves in many ways while continuing in a direction towards Slubligar.
Do you know what cardinal direction Slupidot is in?
Down this cavern.
I'm not certain cardinal directions have much meaning down here. There's no rising or setting of the sun.
That was,
There is a magnetic force.
and
If
you
we
think-
can make our
What the fuck is a magnet?
If we can make ourselves a compass, we can determine our way if we know which cardinal direction Shoop de Whoop is in.
Actually, secondary question.
Sloop de whoop.
You know what? Hold on. Let me check something here. Let's see if this is the same as in previous editions.
If you don't mind me bringing it up, we're just wasting time at this point. Can we get moving one way or another?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, Eldeth, I actually wanted to ask you a question. You are a dwarf. Do you possess any ways of navigating underneath in caves and caverns as such? Any sort of stone sense or anything?
Let me ask you a question. What part of the surface are you from?
I am from the spine of the world mountains.
Alright, where's that at? It's mountains, right?
Yes.
Have you ever been to a desert?
No.
If you found yourself in the middle of a desert on the surface, because you're from the surface, could you find your way?
I'm sorry if I offended. Evidently you do not.
Well, since the Nays seem to think that there's a better way than these webs, I think it's under their impetus to try to find a way out. Or we can all sit here and let the drow capture us again.
No, let's circle around. Let's try to find another route heading towards the. And if I'm remembering that map Adam showed us correctly, somewhere to the west northwest.
Don't try to warm out, Cyril. We still need your scouting.
Yeah, well, whatever good it's done us so far.
What are our options if we do not go with the spiders? What other caves can we take?
There are caves all over the place. It's not like one or two caves. There are caverns branching in every direction. Like, just look at the background picture. There are 3 caves right there.
Okay, then
It's
Yes.
the Underdark. It's open and it's closed.
All right.
There
then
are every way you could get lost.
But if we were, perish the thought, we were intelligent people and we were coming down to a few choice directions that we might go,
here's an idea.
what are our options?
Good idea.
We don't know what these caves are.
You said there's caves all over the place. Is there one that is basically could be considered right next? Okay, let's say we come to a branch or a fork in the path, and we went left, and that eventually brought us to the webs. Could we go back to that fork and then go to the right path, or was there this big open cavern with all these little caves over it? Let's just take the one next to the one we went in the first time. If you need me to repeat that, I can diagram what I'm asking.
No, I got what you're asking. I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
All right, so who wants to navigate the party? Yes, there are alternate routes, some of them going in the same general direction as the webbed up corridor.
Good at stealth and perception. I think Cyril should be the navigator, since he's the one trained in survival.
I say we go through this web cave. If someone else wants to go another way, they can lead.
Okay, well, he is AWOL then.
I can feel the angst flowing through you.
Roger, we
Yes,
we
let
voted.
it consume you.
Cyril, we voted. We're taking a different path, so help it or help navigate a different path. Here's an idea: if it comes to a dead end, then we'll be forced to take the spider way.
Cyril will pout as is necessary for a chaotic character accepting a lawful vote, and then he will navigate.
Roll me a survival check.
That's pretty good.
And the party is moving at a quicker pace today, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
As you progress through the tunnel, it seems to be going in generally the correct direction that you're intending to travel to reach Slubladop. You pass... At one point in the tunnel, you pass a very narrow crack in the wall. It would be just big enough for most medium creatures to squeeze through.
Shit.
Perceptions. Actually, what is everybody's passive perception?
Passive. That would be on core stats, I think.
Because this is nothing out of the ordinary.
13.
Reese's passive is 13.
Mine's 14, and Alistair's is 12.
My Dro's is 16.
Your whose?
Dro, his character.
Ah, cool. Well, Dro, as you are passing by a crack, again, it's roughly big enough for a medium creature to squeeze through. You swear you hear almost like a whispered chanting echoing out of that crack.
Okay, I mentally tell others, quiet, I hear something, and I'll try to stealth my way into being able to see what's going on.
What languages do you speak?
1 second. I speak Common, Elvish, and Thieves' Cant.
So you attempt to progress through the cavern a little bit?
Yeah, like, stick my head in, look around.
Well, if you actually are telepathically telling everyone this, if it's a language you don't recognize, we could always ask. Like if it's Undercommon, we could ask probably Sareth to translate for us.
I need to know. Well, he's just looking for looking to see if he can see in right now. You kind of squeeze your way. It is pretty tight, even for you. Through. Do you have a light source with you?
I have dark vision.
Good. And it's a good 10 to 15 feet of tight passageway, this crack that you're traveling through before you get to a point where you can see into what opens up into a large, obviously ornately carved cavern. But it seems empty. You're not in it yet, you're still looking out from the passageway.
Okay, I'll report this to the others.
But as you progress closer, the whispered chanting seems less whispered and it becomes clearer, but you do not understand the language.
Do I have any idea where it's coming from?
You can tell that it's echoing from further in.
Okay, I let them know that and say, should I keep going?
Could Adam, even if he doesn't understand it, he could repeat what he's hearing, and someone else who knows the language could translate.
I could make a perception check to try to recreate it.
Make a perception check with disadvantage because it's echoing.
Of course. Well, it could have been worse.
Dro comes back and says, "Yeah, I hear some chanting, and it sounds kind of like blah, 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 blah.
I was like, "Eh, Macarena."
Hi.
And that sounds familiar to nobody.
Does anybody know what language I might be miming?
Well, here's the thing. If it's not familiar to anybody, and that includes the drow in the party, that probably means it's not the drow, like, that could be chasing us, so it's somebody else.
Or I could have fucked it up.
That too.
Show of hands, who speaks Undercommon?
Most or everybody other than you and Ront, like you as a group and Ront raises their hand.
Alright. What other languages might we expect down here? Do you have your own racial languages? Does the
Mostly.
Kuo have a racial language?
Yes.
We're in their territory, right?
You're also only a couple days away from the Drow outpost.
Still, Shushar should speak Undercommon and his own racial language. I think those are the most common to have been spoken here. So, if somebody could guard Shushar and bring him up here, see if he can hear him.
Well, as far as like guarding goes, Alistair says I could do that, but I can't see down here, and I don't think we want to do any kind of a light source to give away our position.
Anyone else, Beefy?
I will gladly see if I can understand what's being said.
How about this? Uthal says, instead of guard, because I take up most of crack anyway, if I hear something coming, I grab Shushar and just pull him by nape of neck.
Sure.
Objection, Shushar?
None.
Cool. Let's go.
Shushar starts shimmying through the crack. He's pretty small, so he fits pretty well. You, on the other hand, this is uncomfortable. Why did you volunteer for this? This was a dumb idea. You should never have done this.
Uthal's not a coward.
You get about 5 or 6 feet in, and Shushar stops, leans forward almost like he's listening harder. This is definitely not a tongue I know. This is something different.
Can you ID it?
Would we call it monstrous?
He just said it's something he doesn't know.
Well, like, I'm asking, does that mean, does he know?
Well, Roger,
Does it sound Spanish to him? He doesn't need to speak Spanish to know if it sounds Spanish.
like Roger, you can't speak Russian, I think, but I think you could identify it.
Vodka.
Yes, but could I identify it when it's put together with, like, Ukrainian or Polish?
You could probably still tell that it's from that area.
To
of
defend
Europe.
to defend Roger, he didn't say, "Oh, I don't speak it, but that sounds like Russian." He said, "This is a tongue I do not know."
Okay.
All right. They might be a help to us if.
What
we
languages
approach
does
them.
everybody speak? I know, Ben, what you speak.
I speak Common, Infernal, and Dwarven.
Should we make a handout with this stuff? Make it easier for you?
No, this generally won't be a very frequent question.
Okay.
After a certain point, but
Most of your talking is either going to be through Stool or with somebody who understands you, and vice versa.
I speak Common, Giant, and Draconic.
Luke, roll me a perception.
Oh shit. 14.
Of course. Common.
I don't know why we didn't figure this out earlier.
Okay. Shushar cannot interpret the language that's being spoken.
Oh well, let's get you back before something possibly tries to reach out and grab you. Hold on. Tight fit.
Nice sound effects.
But while you were in there, Uthal, it definitely didn't sound like a creature or a monster. It sounded like distinct, purposeful chanting. Not repetitive, but chanting.
Okay, now this is the part where I'm trying to think. Should we go in there and check it out? Or, by the way, chanting, did it sound like just one person chanting?
You could not tell.
Okay.
I don't want to be followed behind by something. We should see what it is.
I was thinking that too, because we already...
Says Ront from your mind.
Yeah, it's like, I was thinking that too. We know we already have one thing behind this, and they really do not want two groups following us. And if
All
we-
right.
It's only a tiny crack. We can crush whatever tiny things inside tiny crack.
Alright, and since it is such tiny crack, I should probably go last, otherwise I would stop other people from getting in. So, I will cover the rear.
Before you'll go through, do you want me to scout further ahead? I might be ganked, but then you'd have forewarning.
It's probably best that you stay with the party. The rest of us, Rolt seems to want to go in, orcish bastard, but the rest of us will stay out here and protect the non-combatants and watch for the drow coming up behind us.
Sounds fair. And if the drow come in through crack, bottleneck, and you can pick them off one at a time.
Sounds like a grand plan.
It's not the grand plan, but it's the best one we got. Anyway, let's go.
Well, I guess I'm going in.
And I swear to God, if we go through here and find spiderwebs,
Then everybody's happy. Alright, do you want stealth, perception, or any kind of checks? I assume I'm at the front of the conga line of death.
well, we're probably going to give you a stealth check because that's what you're doing.
Well, I do need to know what order you proceed through the crag. I also need to know,
Last.
is anybody else staying behind with the guardians?
I will go in with the party because I'm small and I can see in the dark, and I think it's probably a better idea than
I think
staying outside.
I think all the player characters should go one ahead. Or, I don't know. What do y'all think?
Well, yeah, player characters should go.
Ront, come too.
Yeah, player characters should go because A, this is obviously an adventure hook. But also,
If Ront is going anywhere, someone needs to be there to watch over him.
which is why I am in back. Which is why I am in back.
Alistair should be somewhere in the back as well, seeing as he can't see good. Will Cyril be joining us?
Yes, I said that.
Oh, you're not in the Congo line.
Yeah, he's less angsty.
I'll get in the Congo line.
I'll put Alistair behind you, but in front of
Oh, okay.
of Reese.
Well, he's carrying a torch, so that would kind of defeat the stealth aspect.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're actually like chest to back here. I'm just saying
Yeah,
that's the
we're
order
not
we're in.
we're not ass to angles here.
Yeah, we're not anus to mouth like human centipeding our way through here. That's just the order we're in. That doesn't mean we're that close to you. And also,
We're not tongue to rectum.
okay. Look, long story short, I can make once we hear the sounds of fight. Are you guys saying shit? Get ready. I can cast light and get us some visibility in here.
Okay, whatever. Do we need to roll anything?
It depends. Are you trying to be stealthy or not? It's entirely up to you. Well, then roll stealth.
On it. It's a little better.
Just a little better than that.
I'm not rolling any stealth. It's not going to happen for the rest of us.
Okay. So the first two people squeeze through the hall. Roger, do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay. You enter a room that expands at an angle, kind of like a funnel from where you are, wider, and then ends in squared off walls with two columns and a large crypt built right in the middle. Roger, given your character's history, you automatically recognize the architecture as dwarven, but it is very abstract dwarven from what you're used to.
Like old dwarven?
Like Dwerger.
No,
Not a
like
character.
like old dwarven. So on the wall there are inscriptions and images, and you recognize the images as distinctly dwarven, and you recognize the characters, but it would be like you or me looking at Saxon English on a page.
Yeah,
So-
it's so old modern day dwarves have to take this down to bring it to Hugo Weaving so we can translate it for them.
Exactly. So you recognize it as dwarven, but so old that you cannot recognize it.
It's dwarven, but it's not in a dialect that I've ever seen before.
And I imagine that it's not just going to be as easy as asking Eldith to come in here and tell us what she knows about it.
I doubt she would know any more than I would.
Then let's just is it all the right thing? Do they have any sort of pictures or pictographs or anything?
There are numerous pictures engraved in the wall of dwarven warriors, one of whom stands out fighting some form of enemy, all of which have lines of text above and below. None of it really stands out. It's obviously murals depicting...
Is this vaguely like anything I might know from like osmosing dwarven history?
See, now the funny thing is, though, I was thinking, I was asking Cyril, but thank you, all-knowing voice in my head.
So, Cyril, you recognize this. You've seen art like this before in the dwarven cities. That this seems to be a crypt of some ancient warrior.
It looks like we're in a tomb.
Of some
Is the best guess that I would give.
of some ancient warrior.
Someone of importance. A warrior is most likely, although, dwarven legacy also holds blacksmiths or merchants, but I would guess from the scenes of combat that we're looking at a warrior here.
I do not mean to sound rude or anything, and I'm not saying we disturb the crypts, but sometimes weapons and whatnot are left here as offerings. Do you think they would mind if we borrowed a couple, if there are any?
It doesn't look like any modern dwarves have extended their territory far down here. If anything, they would probably applaud us for reclaiming these artifacts and taking them back to a dwarven hall somewhere where the dwarves are actually, alive.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
We have weapons for now and coin for later. I love it.
Well, before we start making any noisy pushing of tombs open.
Oh yeah, where's the chanting coming from now that we're closer to this thing?
Yeah.
Hookah chaka.
Perceptions.
Ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah. Ting, ting, walla, walla, bing, bang. 21!
15.
See, and the funny thing is, since I'm using the 3D dice for the sake of something for the stream, one of my D20s, the second one actually, landed on the edge between the 16 and the 3, but still counts as the 16. However, the 17's a higher roll, so that's what I got. 21!
So it landed on a corner, showed a 16 and a 3, but it was a 17?
No.
What fucking dice app are you using?
I'm using the Roll21. I have it turned on. It rolls 2 d20s for the advantage, disadvantage. One of them was a 17. The other one landed on the edge between 3 and 16, but apparently, like, it didn't land flat up, but apparently it was leaning more towards the 16. It was just weird. If you watch the video later, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Right, but my point is, I didn't tell you advantage or disadvantage, so how are you choosing your die?
No, I didn't roll the advantage, disadvantage. The point is, the 3D dice thing, it automatically rolls them. I just ignore whichever one corresponds with the second number in the little perception window in the chat window.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll20 automatically rolls 2d20. You just ignore the second one.
I missed the step between it rolls the d20 and that's the same number that's put right there.
Right,
so,
yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, it sounds an awful lot like you're rolling with advantage and just not telling me every single time. Never mind.
No, I technically am. I'm just not.
I mean, I knew the 2d20 thing. That's awesome.
Yeah,
anyway.
I just have the 3D dice thing turned on.
Gotcha. So everyone recognizes that the echoing chants, which are notably louder now that you're in this cavern, are coming from a spot on the wall where a bunch of decrepit crates have been stacked up on top of each other.
Like, how high?
Taller than you. By
Okay,
a
so
little
medium
bit.
creatures could be behind them or in them.
Well, the crates are not that big, but it definitely looks like they were stacked up to hide something.
I'm gonna go move over to the stack. Wait. We're all there because we all saw the inscriptions. I'm gonna move over to the stack and pick up.
Do you still have a light?
That'd be Alistair.
Well, no. It actually would be me because Alistair is only a level 2 paladin. I'm the cleric, so I can actually cast light. And if I'm seeing stuff, then yes, I have a light source out.
Thought so.
Okay. So I'm going to move over and try to pick up the top crate and move it aside to see what's behind it. If I'm not just going to pick it up and set it aside, I'm going to pick it up, and if there's something threatening, I'm going to smash it with the crate.
How diplomatic.
I am not diplomat. I am brute cleric. All right, what happens?
As you pick up the crate, which is small for your gigantic semi-giant hands, you pick up the crate, light source in your other hand, and you look in, and there's a cavern beyond. And you're instantly surprised, because about 10 feet down the cavern, there's a half-rotten corpse looking towards you that lets out a...
I smash.
begins shambling your way.
I smash with crate.
Yeah, said it's 10 feet down the corridor.
I throw crate at it.
The
Throw
hole
the
was
crate.
smaller than the crate.
What?
The hole was smaller than the crate.
Okay. I back
Smash
up.
the crate on the ground and throw like both halves.
Initiative!
I'm just gonna back up and say, undead. Oh, wait. I'm cleric. I might be able to do this. Okay. Anyway.
In a tie of...
Do you need to open the window?
Got it.
Okay.
Ah, my rolls didn't show up. 1 second.
Oh, it's because you gotta actually select your token and then hit the initiative button.
And make sure you roll initiative for Reese too.
Yep. I rolled for both. I just forgot about the token selection thing.
Zombie! Yee!
Elegant.
It's order in the initiative thing says.
I know.
These bullets kill many
Come on, it's zombie. Alright, it's cranberries. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
It's like ghost! Zoinks!
My character is polite, but he's still an elf, so I'm trying to be as passive-aggressively
Oh yeah,
a jerk as possible.
Oh yeah, is Ront in there?
Yeah, Ront needs to roll.
Ront is still squeezing his way through the passageway behind you.
That's fair.
Wouldn't that
I
mean
am big.
Wouldn't that mean Uthal would also be stuck because he was behind Ront? Or
No,
you just not want
Uthal
Ront
was already
in there?
through.
Okay.
I guess Ront was still deciding, do I want to go, do I not want to go, do I want to... Okay, fuck. Ah, damn it, Goliath is in the way. Oh wait, sorry, damn it, the Goliath's in the way. Sorry, that's my accent. Yeah, you keep drawing boxes, Adam.
That's because I had the object. Fucking just ignore it.
Okay. I'm still noticing the one small little box over here.
What small little box?
Clever girl.
So are the initiatives updated and correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Nope.
Cyril! There's a wall of boxes and apparently there's a zombie thing behind it.
Well, I will go ahead and pull out my dangerous weapon of killing, my metal pipe,
Your rusty metal stick
my rusty metal stick.
of gang.
Actually, it's a rusty iron bar. Actually, I don't know if it's rusty. It's probably immaculately polished. And I will do something Barty, because I didn't do anything Barty last fight. And I will attempt to inspire Uthal with some bardic inspiration.
That means I get like an inspiration die, right?
Yes.
And it's a D6, and I can just.
It is a D6 at this level.
And so I can, when I do an attack or a skill check or something, I get to roll the D6 and add it to it.
You can roll it and add it to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You can wait until after you roll the D20, but before the DM says if you succeed.
That's fair.
How are you inspiring him bardically?
Gives me a firm slap on the buttocks.
I
Go
will
get him, Tiger.
begin chanting a dwarven song that I know, probably like a dwarven. I don't know. I guess it would probably be like something scenic for a funeral. I don't know if I want to sing like a
Pray for
an
the
old,
dead, and
drinking
the dead
song,
will pray for
or like
you.
a funeral chant. But they don't really know the words, so it doesn't matter as long as the melody is inspiring.
I'm having a flashback to like the one episode of Star Trek Voyager I've seen where it's like, I found a song in Vulcan. I think we should sing together. Start singing it. You do realize it is a funeral dirge, right? Yes, but it's the most positive thing I could find.
Anyway, so it's a dwarven song. Probably something about misty mountains.
How about, actually, no, how about blunting the knives? That's
That
what
works.
That's what Bilbo Baggins
Baggins hates. Blunt the knives, smash the plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Anyway, so okay, I have an inspiration die.
Across the misty mountains.
Alright, Dro!
Alright. So is Uthal like blocking the way, or can I squeeze through and go up and attack the dude?
You can
The zombie.
There's quite a few boxes in the way.
Yeah, I only picked up the top crate on the stack, so it's gonna have to shamble over the crates also. But this is
Right,
probably
so imagine a wall that's like 6 by 8 crates, and he picked up the top one and looked through, but that's only part of the rest that are covering the rest of the passageway beyond.
But it's enough to see into. I'm planning on throwing
Right.
like a frost bolt at it.
Okay. I'm going to spend my action hiding. And just hiding out by the crates, ready to jump out on my next round.
Yes, because you can sneak attack undead in this game, or in this edition.
Yay!
They haven't started like trying to rewrite precision damage rules.
Yeah. Anyway, my move.
Yes.
Uh, 25 to hit.
Hit.
Funny thing is, that would probably also hit an adult red dragon in this game. Anyway, it takes 4 cold damage and is slowed by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. As I Ray of Frost his
Takes
ass.
how much cold damage?
4.
Okay.
I would Vicious Whispers it, but apparently it has to understand what I'm saying.
What's your other cantrip?
Actually have 3 cantrips. One of them I got from being a tiefling. I can use
Thaumaturgy?
my thaumaturgy, and my regular cantrips are Prestidigitation and Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
Next.
Is that Reese's turn?
That is Reese's turn.
Alright, I think you have a little arrow thing so you can make the initiative order go by.
Yeah, he can click the thing at the bottom if he wants to.
Yay! Alright. Reese, warlock spells, they're all cantrips, right? Cast them multiple times infinitely?
No, just the actual cantrips, but so just Eldritch Blast it, because... Okay, Warlock spellcasting is different from every other spellcasting class in the game, although cantrips work the same.
Okay, so is it like short rest refill?
Yes, Warlocks have fewer spell slots per, resting period, but they get their spell slots back after a short rest. All of his spell slots are at the highest level of spell he can cast, but he still has like level 1 and level 2 spells as well.
Alright, at this point, I think he should just do Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
One second.
Yep.
Eldritch Blast.
Woo!
15 to hit, 10 force damage. Jesus fish. Oh yeah, because he has the add charisma damage. Add charisma modifier to Eldritch Blast damage because of his invocation.
Yoop.
Alrighty.
I think that's his turn.
Alistair.
Alistair. Let's see, what's he gonna do? Well, he's gonna move up to right next to Uthal and draw his short sword so that once the undead thingy gets over, he is going to try to get at it. He doesn't really have anything else he can do. He's too low level a paladin to do anything else.
Fair enough. The zombie comes stumbling through the wall of crates. They were very light. Luke!
They? I thought there was just one.
Acrobatics.
Me or... Uthal or Alistair?
If you're both standing in front of the wall, both of you.
Okay, that's fair. Alistair is 11. And Uthal is 21.
So Alistair stumbles back a bit, but is fine, and you do not move at all. As the zombie reaches for you,
Remember, his speed was reduced by 10, so
He was also only 10 feet away.
that's fair. That was just sometimes zombies only have a speed of 15 or something.
20.
Okay, so he barely gets to me.
What's your AC?
Hold on. 17.
Aha! Just barely. Ooh, he's an angry zombie. You take 7 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
As the zombie, as it bursts through the wall of crates, just smacks you with his undead arm.
Smack. Okay, that's... Now I'm mad.
Okay. Zero!
Alright. Gosh. I do. I guess I will go up and smack him. Take this, you villainous zombie.
Harsh words.
Unfortunately, you just hit him in the brains. He doesn't need those.
Now
Damn.
If
I was
only-
aiming for his ears, but then I realized that he doesn't need them.
If only this zombie reviewed board games.
Alright, so 3 bludgeoning damage.
Also, I
Throw!
heard zombies are weak to bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Oh.
You said they're weak to bludgeoning damage?
I don't actually know if that's true or not, but that's usually like the prototypical weakness that
For a zombie.
blunt weapons do more damage to zombies and to skeletons.
I remember
Okay.
in older editions it was
I think
slash-
traditionally it's that they don't
slashing.
have resistance against them. Not that they do more damage.
I suppose.
With that in mind, as part
I mean,
of
skeletons, it's all about, it's hard to stab a skeleton.
as part of my move action, operating on this intel. 1 second.
Vital intelligence.
I sheathe my short sword while I move up to the zombie and initiate an unarmed strike and then a bonus action unarmed strike. The first one gets sneak attack damage, so I'm going to be adding that because it hasn't seen me. Well, if it hasn't seen me. And there's all of my sneak attack damage.
All one of it.
Hey man, 1 damage is better than 0 damage.
The sneak attack is on the first attack, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's 8 damage and then 6 for the second.
With the first strike, the zombie collapses to the ground in a truly dead heap.
Yeah, that's how a rogue casts undeath to death.
Is it clear what kind of corpse the zombie is made from? Like, does it look like it was a dwarf before it was a zombie? or is it like something else?
It's fairly decayed, but it is definitely human-sized.
Okay.
Bigger than a dwarf. And I will be right back.
Cool.
While Adam is coming right back, Alistair is going to lay on hands me.
Oh snap! Do you need a separate room for this?
No. It's not that bad. Chill. We're still just level 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. 7 points of lay on hands. So when Adam gets back, since apparently the crates are really light, they're empty, which probably means there's nothing in them. So you want to check the hole down where the zombie was, or further into wherever this thing is?
There's probably nothing in the... Well, I mean, unless the zombie has preyed on someone else. He might have taken something into the hole. I mean, we can just poke our head in real quick.
Yeah.
But
Well-
the good loot's gonna be where the hero is buried. You know, at the bottom of the mausoleum.
Don't forget the chanting.
Well, it said the chanting was coming from the wall behind the crates. So I'll check that and be careful with it, because if it's like a ghost or something, I can turn it and we can run away.
Hey, did we know... What do we know about Darendil?
Darendil is the body of a Quaggoth, claims to be a
An elf prince.
polymorphed elven prince from the kingdom of some long 11-syllable long elven kingdom that through history checks none of us have ever heard of.
Okay. That's what I thought. I'm having my character just assume that he's telling the truth until proven otherwise, but like not going out of his way to be subservient or anything, but at least being respectful. But I wanted to know if we had actually heard of the kingdom that he claimed to be from.
Yeah, it's like, if he is not actually an elven prince or something, we have to wait until there's proof of that. If he is, if he's with us for long enough, I'll probably be able to get remove curse, and I can take care of that for him.
Maybe. And if he's not, and if you remove the curse, and he's still a Quagga,
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry,
It
sir.
was too strong.
You know what? Uthal will cross that bridge if it comes to it. Although, if it turns out he actually is an actual monster or something, Uthal will probably stab him in the face.
remove curse, he winds up being like an illithid or something, and then we go, oh,
Says thank you, and you stab
and then
him.
we stab him in the face.
Yeah, if we find something that looks like Davy Jones, we stab it in the face.
One of us casually mentions that Dro or our Drow guy, I forgot what his name was,
Seraph.
is Dareth.
Seraph.
Is a elf, and he goes, "Oh wait, that's what an elf looks like. Never mind." Ew.
Anyway, yeah, just for the sake of my own thing, because Adam said madness and stuff is going to be coming up there. I actually looked at the whole madness thing in the DMG. Evidently, madness comes in stages, and you can remove it if you use things like lesser restoration or remove curse or like greater restoration for more serious cases. So even though I specifically built this character not to primarily be the healer, although at low levels with limited spell slots, it's basically what I've been doing. I'll probably make sure I reserve some lesser restoration stuffs just for when we need it.
But keep in mind that madness is not always obvious or intrusive.
No, I mean like if someone is has a dagger and goes, I think there's gold coins in me wrist.
Stuff like indefinite madness, you know.
And what if they're right?
I've discovered that I really like killing people.
Don't worry, we basically just had a conversation of, Darendil says he's cursed, right? Well, if he's around long enough, eventually I'll get, like, remove curse or something, and then we can see if he is, yay. If not, I guess we'll see how he reacts.
We may need to stab him in the face.
Yeah, he might turn out to be an illithid in disguise. We figure it's like, oh, mind flare, stab! Great, that would make him either...
I think that sentence alone can sum up most of D&D. Oh, mind flare, stab.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so you have broken down the barrier, the zombie did,
Okay.
and slain the zombie.
It was really difficult. I'm gonna use I have my dagger out, and it's my light source. I'm gonna kind of peek my head in the little alcove where it was sitting and see if there's anything else in there.
It was not an alcove, it was a cavern, and the wall around it looks like it was fairly recently broken into.
So, we came in, we saw the outside of an ancient dwarven crypt or something.
Well, you came in to what appears to be an ancient dwarven crypt, but it seems that there was a false wall protecting another passageway, which was recently broken into, and then they put the boxes in front of it to kind of conceal their path.
Looked around, heard chanting, saw a zombie, and then forgot to check the rest of the room.
You can roll perception.
I thought we did that already, but okay. Six. I see less of the room than I did earlier.
Well, the floor is stone.
Dicks.
Of course.
Stone dicks. No. I mean, if we're gonna get anything useful out of this tomb, it's gonna be the center. But if he broke in this way, then there might be other zombies who broke in.
Possibly, but also, is there like a giant big stone door or something?
Nope. It appears to have been a false wall.
Okay.
The only thing that's in this room, from the crack that you entered from, was the room carved out, and in the middle a sarcophagus with two pillars on each side, and then just the carvings on the wall.
Ah, sarcophagus. Okay.
Let's crack open that sarcophagus, baby.
Can we do that without causing much noise?
I got it. Well, probably not stone sarcophagus, but hey, Ront.
The sarcophagus is already lying open
No.
Is
there
it
anything
empty?
in it?
and empty.
Oh, well, we just killed him.
Oh, wait. That's it. The
No,
zombie-
no. I don't mean empty as in there's nothing worth value in there. I mean empty.
No, I realized it's like, oh, whoever originally came in here opened a sarcophagus, a zombie got out, and then they boxed it up with a bunch of crates. So I think we just killed whatever was originally in that sarcophagus. Zombie doesn't have anything
But
good on it, does
This is a dwarven tomb.
it? An old
And this is
dwarven
clearly.
tomb.
This is probably not a dwarven zombie.
Old dwarven tomb. Maybe it was a really, really good friend of the king at one point. I don't know.
Well, the point is, there's no treasure, so let's get out of here.
No, we still got a cavern to explore.
All right.
We ignored one dungeon of the DM. If we ignore this one, he might just kill us.
The chanting is louder.
Of course it is.
Well, yeah, the
Wait,
wall.
is
Now
it louder
the
as in
wall of
volume
crates
or...
has been removed.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That way.
All right. So Dro, scouting mission, go.
Going.
Don't go too far. Just stick your head around, check one corner, check another, come back.
Oh no, you've released me. I have to go all the way.
Now
Going all the way.
Okay, I stick my head around one corner, do the whole stealthy thing like he said before.
You probably get a pie thrown at your face.
Oh lord, this is what going all the way is? Sex ed lied to me.
Sounds like you had more interesting sex ed than I did.
The only thing in his sex ed is cream pies.
Our sex ed was,
Oh no.
by the way, prostate cancer might happen. Wear a condom. Bye.
Yeah, don't be a fool. Wrap your tool.
Just like wear a condom. That's
I
it.
like that it wasn't like STDs and shit. It was prostate cancer might happen.
No, that
Oh,
was
and
them
wear a
saying if you're trying out for sports, they might make you turn your head and cough, and they might stick their finger up your butt. This is normal. Other than that, that's all you need to know about sex.
Doctors sticking fingers up our butts is all we need to know about sex.
Apparently, that is a sexual act.
I don't know how to feel about this.
But anyway, what do I see with my elf eyes?
You continue down the hallway. It is probably 30 or 40 feet long. And then it turns to the right and goes a little further. And then it opens into a room roughly twice the size of the one that you were originally in. Similarly decorated with ornate carvings along the walls, 4 very large pillars supporting the roof. And in the middle is a very large, very ornately carved sarcophagus, around which stand 5 cultists, one of whom is standing directly opposite you in the middle of a chant. He'll say a couple words, and the other 4 will repeat what he said. And as you see him, he stops mid-chant. He looks at the other cultists and says, "I have lost communication to my servant. Someone is coming."
They're on to us.
You know, this sounds very familiar to what.
Wait, does he say that in a language that I can understand?
Do you speak common?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes, he does.
Hey, Roger, this kind of seems like someone stabbed that illusion sleeping in bed. Search the castle.
Oh no, not that again.
Dude, that was the best session of that entire game.
Yes,
That was a pretty good session.
And then you decided to go grab 6 specters and unleash them on the courtyard full of bad guys.
Where are my ogres? They're like fighting each other down the stairs. Which one's winning? Bob? Wait, his name was Bob?
No, Grog.
Grog, that's what it was.
His name was Grog.
Wait,
What? Your name is Grog?
My name
My
Grog?
name is Grog.
But is there anything
fucking
for
with
me
ogres.
to hide behind?
Sorry?
Is there anything for me to hide behind? Do they
There is
spot me?
not anything immediate for you to hide behind, but it is very dark. They seem to have a torch over towards them, but it is not bright enough to illuminate all the way to where you are. But they are starting to move to readying themselves towards your direction, since it seems to be the entrance.
Can I slip myself into the room after telling the party that they're incoming and try to move around them to where they're not looking?
The party's good 50 or 60 feet behind you around a corner.
He's
Yeah.
saying he wants to like let them pass and then get behind them so they don't have anywhere to run to.
So he wants to flank them preemptively.
They are
What's-
not proceeding towards you. They are just facing towards the entranceway, ready.
I get that. I'm just trying to say I want to go into the room. Can I do that without being spotted?
Yes.
Okay, then I go into the room and I move to a direction that they wouldn't be looking for their zombie in.
Okay, they're not actively looking for their zombie.
Okay. But
They
if
know
did
something
go
happened to
looking
their
for
zombie. They are prepared to defend against something coming from this doorway.
So I'm not going to be in the doorway. That's simply what I'm saying.
Cool.
All right, I let
Did you roll
everybody
a
know
stealth
with the
check?
brain stuff. I rolled one early. I can roll a new one. Woo.
You're good.
That's a little bit not shitty.
You attempt to communicate the rest of the party via mind link and get no response.
If I hear him,
Well.
I'll telepathy something back.
He gets no response.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, time to wing it. I
So
say
for the rest of
something
the party
in common.
back in the tomb, Dro went through and has not come back for a good 3 or 4 minutes.
Wow.
Hey, Dro. Mind link. No response.
We should go get them.
You guys want to go after him?
Yes, we should go
All
get
right.
them. You first.
I'm
You
not
don't
gonna-
have to sound so enthusiastic, Luke.
You telling me I have to go first?
Yes.
Hey,
If I go first, no one can get past me.
Fine. That's fine. All right. I will squeeze through and follow the same path around the corner.
are they, not for my own min-maxing, but because I think they should have asked this, are they speaking to each other or are they mind-linking with each other?
We are mind linking with each other. Unless for some reason it's not working.
As you all attempt to mind link with each other, it doesn't work.
Huh.
Perhaps we are too far away from Stool.
Or perhaps something has happened to Stool.
No.
Hey, Rons, go check on the rest of the party. See if they're okay. Please.
No one won't follow.
Ah!
God, he's big and ugly. Reese, why don't you go check on the party and
yeah.
make it back real quick?
Alright.
Oh yeah, right. Multiple characters.
Okay, Reese, I guess, heads back to the crack in the wall and starts shimmying, doing his whole mind, hello? Hello? Is anybody there?
Is there anybody in
Not
there?
with his natural telepathy. Well, I guess
Just
with his
nod
natural
if you can-
telepathy and then with the brain fungus telepathy.
Just nod if
Right.
you can hear me.
So the rest of the party,
Yeah.
I assume you begin talking about your plans out loud.
Quietly to each other. Once we realize that we can't mentally communicate, we're gonna like whisper the plans to each other. We're not gonna go like, "Hey, let's go in there and find the guy we
All
sent
right.
in to sneak around." No, we're
All
not.
right.
We're not doing that.
I'm gonna go in, and then you guys can be right behind me.
Okay. Yeah, I really am. My scoffing aside.
So Cyril will slip in through the crack and walk around the corner, trying to sort of watch how loud his footsteps are.
Do you have a light source with you?
I do not, but I have dark vision.
With his stealth and my passive perception, do I know that he's there?
What's your passive perception?
Higher than
16.
Higher than 11.
Yeah, but it's 16.
After a time, you do begin to hear somebody proceeding down the path that you came from. Luke, I assume you have a light source.
I do. Sorry, guys. I need to see.
Shortly after, you also see light beginning to come from around the corner.
Okay.
And the
Is there any
cultists
other
notice
entrance to
the
this
light
room?
also.
Is there another entrance to this room?
Not that you can see with a light available.
Okay. Then I'll just stay hidden and be ready to make an initiative check if they try to get the first shot on anyone.
As the rest of you round the corner towards where the chanting was recently coming from, you notice that the cave opens abruptly into a much larger room. You can't really see the details from where you are, but there's a large crypt in the center of the room, and you feel like this is the real crypt. And in front of that, between you and the crypt, are 4 cultists with weapons drawn, one of whom stands, and a 5th one behind them, holding a torch in one hand.
What is their race?
They appear to be human, but they also have hoods.
So they're teenagers.
Yes.
They're gonna clean up your looks with all the lies and the books and make a citizen out of you.
Alright. Well, as I see the cultists like around the corner as the room opens up, I'll duck my head back around the corner and wait for everyone else to get here. I'll hold up my hand with 5 fingers out.
As opposed to 6.
As you turn back towards the party members with light and gesture, you hear a shout come from the room. Oi, who is that? We see your light. Can't bloody hide with a light.
Sorry.
Come on out.
Okay, I'll walk forward past the stealthed guys because they're obviously talking to me, and see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can't stomp my feet a little bit to make myself sound big before I round the corner.
Which you?
I'll walk around with him and step into his torchlight.
It's not a torchlight. My dagger's glowing with a light spell.
Oh, well, I'll step into his light as well.
Is the suit on?
Holding my hands up and saying, "All right, we're just travelers passing through."
Yeah, travelers passing through what? Says the cultist behind the other 4.
Anything that is not spider related.
This is obviously no thoroughfare. You have intruded on matters which you need not know. We
Okay.
cannot let you leave.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, fine.
Initiatives.
Look, we don't want to hurt you.
Oh, speak for yourself. I want to punch these fuckers' skulls in.
That was not a very good persuasion check anyway. I tried.
You failed.
Reese is no longer here. He went back to check on the other people.
Okay.
Thus, I have not rolled his initiative.
I imagine he'll join us soon, probably in a turn or two, once he starts hearing the sounds of ah!
I don't know.
Unless
He could be captured.
he's also body snatched by like everyone else.
I got your body snatch right here. Alright.
I'll take things Luke didn't need to say for 300.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm kind of reading what my cleric does at second level. So, what'd you say, and how did I respond to it? Because depending on that, I might take it back.
I don't actually remember. It was something kind of like vaguely awkward. So I was just like, Luke probably didn't need to say that. And then you were like, what did I say? And I was like, oh, I don't actually remember.
I guess it wasn't that important then.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll be able to tell in just a few hours when I watch this back. And if I need
Or
to issue formal apologies to anyone, I will.
You have insulted my family.
Prepare to die. Cultist 2, Cultist 3 through 5. Where's... Yep, there he is.
Okay, so Cyril.
Hey, should I be rolling Reese's initiative?
No, because Reese went back to check on Stu.
Okay.
Oh, wait, Ront.
Hello.
Holy
Ron
shit,
might
Ront
actually
wants to kill
contribute.
something.
And Ron's like, my time has come.
He crit, didn't he?
Just a bit. So Cyril went back to check on Reese, correct? Or
No.
Reese
Stool.
went back to go check on the school.
Reese went. All right, so Cyril.
is up front with glowy mech dagger giant.
Yes, Cyril, go.
All right.
You are just inside the entrance to a large cavern. Now that you're in here with your light and theirs, you see that similar to the previous cavern, it is ornately carved with images of the life of a great dwarf. In the center is a very large sarcophagus, and there's 4 large pillars, a good 10 feet around.
Are the cultists all like grouped together around the sarcophagus?
Not anymore. They have prepared. They are standing between you and the sarcophagus. There are 4 of them lined up, about 5 feet apart from each other, and the 5th one stands behind them, a few steps up. The sarcophagus is raised.
Okay, but they're like standing within like all 5 of them are within like a 20-foot cube.
Unfortunately.
All right. Well,
Wait, no.
they'll need to make.
They're 5 feet from each other, so that's 5, 10, 20, 30, 40. There's 40 feet between all of them, from left to right.
All right. Well, then for the 2 in the middle and the guy behind him, they need to make a dex save.
Little guy behind him.
Or they are now outlined in green sparkles.
What is the DC?
14.
The 2 in front are outlined in green sparkles.
Okay. That's my turn. I will go ahead and move behind Uthal. I'll take I'll move 10 feet back.
What kind of weapons do these cultists have on them?
3 of them have scimitars, 1 of them has a dagger, and 1 of them has a torch.
Okay.
The one in the back has the torch.
Okay. And cultists 3, 4, and 5 are the ones with scimitars?
Maybe. From left to right, it's scimitar, scimitar, dagger, scimitar.
And the person in the back just has a torch, or
Just as a torch.
cool.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I forgot that Ront was here.
Yeah, I was waiting for Ron. So
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. Ront charges towards the one on the far left.
ah,
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Releasing his Ront scream.
Rod smash. What's Ront using as a weapon, by the way? Because if it's just the stuff we looted from Velkin Velv, he probably just has a dagger or a short sword.
I sort of like imagine in my head canon that Ront is charging with the leg of the zombie from the previous room.
As a
I'm
club, okay. As a club, okay, that makes sense.
We're gonna go with that one.
Because it's the most flavorful.
It also seems the most orcish.
I'll beat a cultist with a cultist.
So how does Rot do?
Hold on. Ront screams forward from behind you, wielding the leg of the recently slaughtered zombie as a great club, and he runs forward and smacks the cultist in the chest, who's taken aback, stumbles back a few feet,
What the fuck just happened?
and is not exactly understanding what the fuck's going on, as he was smacked in the chest by the leg of a zombie.
And suddenly an orc.
And also, where'd the orc come from?
Alright, now it's my turn.
Othal!
So they're standing next to each other, right?
There's a 5-foot gap between each one of them.
Recall that you hold on to that
And Ront,
bardic inspiration die for 10 minutes. So you
it's-
should probably still have it.
Yeah, I still have it.
yes. The middle two are glowing, and the one on the left seems pretty well occupied with Ront.
Okay. I'm going to position myself kind of diagonally between two of the three that are lined up. Has any one of them been hit yet? Which did Ront hit any of the three that are in a line?
Roger hit the two that are in the center.
And what did Ront hit is what I asked.
Oh, Ront hit the one on the far left.
Alright, I'm going to stand, I imagine, basically right next to Ront. So that I'm basically, quote unquote, diagonal and within 5 feet each of the guy on the left, on the far left, and the guy in the middle. And since we're both within 5 feet of someone, I should get advantage if I attack the guy on the left. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, 24 to hit the guy. He takes 6 damage. And the other guy, who's within 5 feet of me, takes 4 fire damage. As I finally get to utilize the secondary ability of my Green Flame Blade.
The guy on the left collapses into a heap on the ground, and the guy to the right, who took the lesser damage, does not seem happy.
Well, yeah, I hit someone 5 feet away, and then all of a sudden green fire jumped over to him and started catching his shit on fire. And that's my move.
He looks pretty badly burned. Dro!
I'm not
All
dead. I'm just very, very badly burned.
Is your fire still on them?
No, a tiny little green fireball shoots off, boing, to get someone for 4 points of fire damage.
Okay. Keeping in mind that I'm hidden. Oh, actually, first, before I do what I have planned, there is a disarm action in the Dungeons Master guide where basically I'm making an attack roll, and if I succeed, I can, instead of doing damage, choose to make them drop their weapon. Can I use that action, or do you want me to not use it?
You can attempt to disarm the cultists.
Okay, it's basically this. It's my attack roll versus their athletics or acrobatics check. Just FYI. How close is the torch cultist?
He's in the back.
Yeah,
but
he's behind
I'm-
the two in the middle. I think
I'm not
he's
with
like
y'all.
He's about 40
Oh.
feet away on the other side of Ront, Uthal, and a cultist.
recall that both the cultists who are outlined in Fairy Fire, you have advantage against them on your attacks.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I was closer to him than everybody else. But I can't reach him with my speed, so I guess I can't do what I was planning.
The torch cultist does not have any obvious weapons.
Except
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
was planning on disarming his torch as part of a movement action, picking it up from the ground, and then running away with it so that they can't see.
Well, my dagger's still giving off light, so they'll still be able to see, just not their immediate area very well. So I would honestly just disarm the guys who have scimitars.
Okay. Well, then I run up to one of the guys with a scimitar, keeping in mind that I'm still hidden. And I attack to disarm first off, but then I follow it up with a martial arts unarmed strike bonus action that is meant to attack and get my sneak attack damage.
Okay, do you want to go for the one that Uthal already attacked?
Yeah.
Is he fair?
Closest.
I'll go for somebody who isn't fairy fired. If I can reach them.
That would be the cultist on the far right, and you can reach him.
Alright, I'll go for him. Oh.
I don't think so.
Well, should I roll my sneak attack damage for the unarmed strike?
No.
Poop.
Also, the first one, the disarm, is against his acrobatics.
Yes.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, he does not lose his sword.
Well, dang. I thought I was going to be cool, but instead I ran up and was like, surprise attack!
It's like, damn it.
Hey, look! Hi! I'm here.
By the way, elf. I'm an elf. Hi.
You do hit him with your second attack, though, but it's not
Oh.
exactly a sneak attack since you tried to grab the sword out of his hand.
Sneak
first.
attack is just once per round. It doesn't say that I lose my advantage because I make my first attack. It still qualifies.
He knows you're there now.
As long as someone.
That's not how the hide thing works.
You tried to disarm him, so this particular attack.
He knows you're there now.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is another attack. This is still the same turn. With how the mechanics work, I still have that sneak attack. Most people use it on their first attack, but they don't have to.
Yeah, sneak attack is used on the first connecting hit of a combo. Of a multi-attack.
It says once per turn you can deal an extra 1d6 to one creature you hit with an attack. But okay, yeah. That doesn't say that you have to pair it with an attack, just if you hit with an attack, you can deal that extra damage.
Roll it. The cultist on the far right is dead.
But that's my turn.
Cultist won!
I do tell them at the end of my turn that they should stop fighting. Surrender. That's the word.
Sorry, reading.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. And my unarmed strike is finesse weapon and everything but name, which means it doesn't qualify for sneak attack damage.
I would say that a simple house rule would be that if it counts as finesse because you're using your dex for attack and damage, that it would technically count.
Well,
but that would be a house ruling.
So,
according to Wizards of the Coast, from things that they've actually released, they have said be very careful not to allow the monk to treat their fists as finesse weapons. It will break the game. So I'll leave this up to Adam, but Wizards of the Coast says no way in hell.
Well, that cultist is already dead, but let's remember that going forward.
Alright.
Kind of like how in a Pathfinder one that they're like, yeah, don't actually let the monk enchant his fist with anything.
Isn't there a item for that?
There's like the amulet of like mighty fists, which basically it takes up your next slot, but basically treats your fist like anywhere from +1 to +5. But you can't actually just go to enchanter and say, my fists, can I get one of them flaming and one of them shock? No, you can't do that. You also cannot do that with gauntlets for the sake of giving. You can't enchant a gauntlet for the sake of giving a monk something to do like that. Evidently, that was something that they asked Paizo about.
The same thing, I think, was from 3.5. Not with the gauntlets. The gauntlets was always kind of a gray area. But it always seemed strange that the monk couldn't get access to enchanting his fist, seeing as it was one of the weakest classes in the game.
Okay. Unless you decided to vow of poverty a monk. Jesus Christ.
Well, even then, it's he has very selective things that he can do with Valve property.
Yeah.
Mostly kick ass.
Oh, yeah. The reading continues.
The torch-wielding cultist behind everyone begins to back up behind the crypt that he was standing in front of. After Ben says, "You should surrender," he says, "Surrender? I think you don't understand who you're dealing with." I
These are
need a
total
wisdom save
teenagers.
from Ben.
Oh, I'm already in my thing. 1 second.
I think Ben knows exactly who he's dealing with.
Teenagers. I already called it.
All the way
They're having
up.
so fun with their live-action World of Darkness game, but this is real life. This is D&D.
Right, exactly. This is real-life D&D, not World of Darkness.
So, do I die 1,000 deaths?
No, you don't die 1,000 deaths. Nothing
Yet.
happens.
Yet.
Do I have half 1,000 deaths?
What is Uthel's AC?
17.
As the cultist who is hit by your fire strikes at you with his scimitar. For a vicious 6 damage.
I'm gonna ignore it.
Paying attention to the obvious larger threat to his right, the cultist with the dagger will step forward to strike at Uthal.
Okay.
As he swings wildly multiple times and misses. Alistair.
Alistair.
Oh, right. Sorry.
For great justice.
Yeah, I know, right? One of them's still fairy fired, right?
The two in the middle should be...
The two next to you are.
Yeah, the two cultists who aren't torch-bearing and are still alive.
So
True.
he's gonna move up to one. $25 to hit, 10 piercing damage. He's going to move up to... If there's one that's already been hit, he's going to attack that one. Of the two fairy-fired ones. If not, the one on his left.
Sorry, say that again. I thought I heard a knock at my door.
Okay. Of the two fairy-fired ones, if one of them had already been hit, he's attacking that one. If not, he's attacking the one on his left.
Okay. Well, the one to the left from where you are is the one that has already been hit.
Then that's the one he's attacking with the short sword, 10 piercing damage.
And he is dead. Mucho dead.
And then suddenly a paladin. It's like, where are these people coming from?
Reese!
Is with a wagon.
Yeah, Reese is with the NPCs checking on Stool.
Does he see anything?
Cyril!
I'll take that as a no.
Alrighty. So there are the two cultists in the middle and the one with the torch.
There's only one cultist in the middle now, and the one with the torch who's backed up behind the crypt. Good 40 or 50 feet away.
Alright. I will slap the one with the torch with a vicious mockery. He needs to save a DC 14 whiz or take 1 psychic damage.
And disadvantage on his rolls.
As I say that his father was a hamster. Not remembering it correctly is what causes the damage to be low.
What was the DC?
DC 14.
Hamsters are the noblest of beasts.
Is that the only insult that your character knows?
He's working on him, okay?
Because he's failed at it
it's
multiple
not helping.
times.
Ront will step up to the last remaining melee weaponed cultist and miss epically. Not quite epically enough to endanger anybody else, though. Uthal!
Okay, so the one I attacked was dead, and the one that got green fire spat on it is dead, right?
Correct. There only remains the one with the torch who is backed away, and the one with the dagger who is in front of you.
Oh, he's in front of me, is he?
He tried to hit you last round.
That's right. $19 to hit him, 8 piercing damage dagger.
Hits!
And that's it. I am, however, going to hold my move action. If he drops before my next turn, I'm going to grab his dagger with my move action.
Okay. Throw!
Alright, the one with the torch. He's backing away. Is he illuminating any sort of exit behind him, or...?
No, there's a solid wall behind him.
Okay. Well, how far away from me is he?
"40 feet.
God damn it, they're always 5 feet further than I can run. Alright, then I'll run towards him while saying, "You should surrender, we do not need to kill you."
but that would be fun.
What does he say to that, if anything, within the space of my turn?
Well, he's going to take the chance to reply on his own turn.
Well, if he's not saying anything this turn, then I'm going to pull out a dagger, and after 35 feet, throw it at him. He doesn't have fairy fire on him, does he?
No, he does not.
Darn.
But
Then
your
there's no
dagger
sneak attack.
strikes and leaves a gash on his arm, which he's not happy about.
We have the ability to heal you if you surrender.
What's your AC?
Mine is 18.
I am in no need of healing, he says as he reaches his hand out, and you're struck with
A smooth criminal.
a ray of sickening green energy.
Not the cool kind of sick. Like, man, that was a sick riff.
Correct, the bad kind. For 5 damage, and I need a Constitution save.
Man, I make Constitution saves for breakfast.
Okay, you are not poisoned.
Well, that's reassuring.
You're wearing my patience, then. That's my turn. Well, actually, it's been my turn. Never mind, sorry.
Cultist 2 is currently surrounded by an orc, a giant, and a paladin. He's going to attack the giant. And miss both times. Because only cultists with scimitars could roll well. Alistair,
It's because the guy with the scimitar, his scimitar basically bounced off my stony skin when I used my stone's endurance, and the guy with the dagger's going. Anyway, Alistair's going to attack the guy with advantage because there's everybody around him. 25, 9 piercing.
Cyril,
Does that drop him, by the way?
nope.
Okay.
We should try to keep one of them alive. Though I'm not opposed to killing them.
Oh, I have an idea. We could leave one alive. I have an idea.
Ooh, what kind of insult are you pulling up now?
Hey, Roger, have you been hit already?
Are you still there, Roger?
Roger. Are you?
Oh hey, my mic was off.
Okay. Hey, Roger, have you been hit?
I have not. They seem to think I'm useless.
I'm sorry. Has he been hit?
The guy with the torch?
The guy that you're vicious mockerying against.
I imagine, yeah. I think so.
Who are you mocking?
I was gonna. Sorry, I gave all this huge speech while I was muted. So I'm trying to think of most of it. No, I was vicious mocking the guy with the torch, telling him, "Listen here, you fuckwit. You guys have lost. Just bend the knee, or we're gonna, kick your face in, and it's not gonna be pretty."
Oh, that's not mocking. But what's mocking is, you see that cut on your arm? That'll heal. But that bald spot, ooh, you gotta live with that.
I correct myself. Kicking your face in would probably be an improvement.
Oh, that burn did max damage.
I know, right?
It was sick, and this is the good kind of sick.
Fear the bald spot.
So that gives disadvantage, correct?
Yes, he has disadvantage on the next attack roll they make before the end of its turn.
It's next turn, yeah.
Roll your damage.
I did.
He did 4.
It's part of the
Oh,
spell.
it's right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
As well
And
as
so
the
is the
description
DC.
of the spell.
Well, yes, I was reading the description. That's why I said roll your damage, but I missed the 4 up there.
I love.
What? Which bald spot?
I'm wearing a
Oh,
hood to
wait,
cover up
that's
that
not a bald
spot.
spot. That's just the vacant expression you have on your retarded face.
Up, you're going downhill again, Roger.
Jeez.
Roger, you need vicious mockery, not schoolyard insults.
I'm working on it, okay?
You're supposed to hurt their feelings, not hurt their logic.
I mean, the lowest I would go is be like, it's like, I've survived worse, like seeing your face.
Bront swings the zombie leg over his head. And misses again.
Damn it, Ront, get with program.
He's doing better than these guys.
Oh, hey, it's my turn again.
Actually, that's true so far.
Hey, Adam, how good is this guy looking?
So sexy it hurts.
Which guy?
The guy that's surrounded
The
by
sexy
me
one.
and everybody else.
The
guy with
not great.
Yeah, the guy with the dagger. Like, define.
He's still good to go, but there are no obvious exits to this room.
Well, 26, 9 piercing damage. There's an exit for him. It looks like I gave him an exit wound. Yeah!
There indeed is an exit for it.
And then with my move action, I'm going to pick up his dagger.
Okay. Dro.
Alright, is the guy I was charging at still within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
Okay, I will... There's no such thing as
5-foot step? No.
non-lethal damage.
Yeah, there is. You just say it's
But-
not lethal.
Oh, really?
Pretty much, yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to come up to him and non-lethally punch him in the snoz. Multiple times.
Go to sleep!
Your second attack connects.
Still waiting for your surrender.
What's your AC again?
18. If you want to see it, you can just click on my token. It'll pop
That's
up.
cool.
It'll be
It's like
the blue
asking.
bubble. Ah. Makes me nervous.
Again, I don't think you know who you're dealing with, he says. His hand is cloaked in shadow, and he reaches out and grabs you with it. For 18 damage.
Holy.
Have you already dealt that damage?
What?
Like, 1 second. Trying to see how much damage I got.
Okay. Yeah, he maxed that one.
Okay, well, Dro, in the most badass manner, falls on his butt and starts to, well, I guess not snore, but kind of, I guess, whimper? Because he's unconscious. He's at 0.
Oh, fun.
He'll be making death saves soon.
Don't worry, you got a cleric nearby. I know exactly what I can use a bonus action for. I'll get you on your feet. Cultist 2's dead, right?
Cultist 2 is dead.
Okay, that means it's Alistair's turn.
And you are 50 feet away from the other cultist.
What do we got?
40 feet, sorry.
40 feet? Oh, good. Fuck. Alistair botches a hand crossbow. So that doesn't happen.
Well, the string snapped.
Cyril's turn.
No more hand crossbow.
Until the next rest when we can fix it.
Until he fixes it, yes.
All right.
Cyril!
I don't think. Well, Dro is down, so I guess
Yes.
things are a little bit
From,
more
from where
serious.
from where you are, the cultist grabbed him with a black shadow cloaked hand, and Dro just collapsed.
All right.
'Tis a flesh wound.
I will. Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Bye.
Well, either you dropping just scared him so much he had to go take a dump, or maybe he had to go like get a drink of water or something.
Sorry, say again. I was reading.
Oh, Roger stepped away for a minute.
Okay.
We don't know why, but yeah, he'll be back. For sure.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Alright.
What was so important, Rohair?
I had to argue with someone over stuff at work that is not my fault.
Okay.
School is back in, and it's just, you know, a complete shit show.
Yeah.
So, I have had enough of this guy's bullshit, but I did in fact hear Dro saying that he wanted to take him alive. Is it possible that I could, like, call a shot on a hand crossbow to make it non-lethal by aiming for a non-vital organ? I don't know if non-lethal called shots are a thing in 5e or not.
No called shots.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Okay. So if I attack, it is to kill.
Well, you can't just say it's non-lethal damage.
Okay. Does that work?
Yeah, you,
Like-
basically you deal lethal or non-lethal damage, you just say it.
But there's no penalty to either?
Well, okay, let me this way. If you stab someone in the leg, that's not gonna kill them.
Right, but a hand crossbow is a lot less precise than purposely stabbing someone in the leg.
Yeah, well, technically, if we drop him, we can still heal him after tying him up. I mean, he has at least 2 rounds before he dies once he's dropped.
Yeah. By the way,
And that's assuming he doesn't wake up.
By the way, my plan for him is ask him what he knows and then leave him tied up for the drow following us to possibly slow them down.
We can discuss what to do with him once we have him.
Fair point.
Alright. Then I guess what I will do is I will shoot him.
Roll it.
$22 to hit.
Your hand crossbow bolt thuds into his shoulder. He staggers slightly, recollects himself. At this point, Rond readies the zombie leg and moves towards the other cultist. Uthal.
Okay, what do I got? Oh yeah, first things first. Bonus action. Dro, 6 hit points. Ben?
Yay!
Yeah, okay, there you go. Alright. Alright. For a regular attack. I crit with my Ray of Frost. It's a grand total of 5 cold damage, unfortunately. And his speed is reduced by 10 until the start of my next turn. That's all.
Okay, 1 second, reading something.
Okay. I've got you under my skin. Ow.
Okay, Dro, go.
Alright, I say, unlike you, I have backup. And I start punching him.
Nice.
Roll him.
One of my punches is with a sword.
Only the second deck connects.
All right. Can I say it connects with his face?
Absolutely.
Woo.
Reading again.
Adam is reading the emergency break glass only in case of player character.
No, this is why I typically avoid mages of any form as a villain, because I'm not acquainted enough with various aspects of magic. So and therefore I have to read everything.
Amen.
That's why you. Well, is he arcane or divine?
Back up. I only see future servants for the Lord Orcus. I need a deck save.
Fine.
Sorry, a con save from everybody but Ben. Everybody who was once in that little melee group. And not Ront, because he moved out of it.
Sorry, guys. I called Joel out.
15.
Is that a con save?
Yes, he did.
I did say con save.
I also made a 15.
Oh, if it's. Well, next time, if it's just an arcane or divine. See, this is why you should invest in those cleric spellbook cards. Also, that way, if you have a spellcaster NPC.
I need save. I need a save for Alistair also.
That's right. Sorry, I keep forgetting this shit.
Does Ron take a save, or can he just
No, I
instantly
already said
die
Ron.
like a
Ron
chump
already
blow?
out or walked past it. God,
Oh,
y'all are all lucky fuckers.
We got plot armor, bitches.
I mean, you're still gonna take half.
Oh, I know, but
You barely made the DC. Let me say that.
okay.
Trying to find another die of the type. There we go. $13 damage.
To all of us.
Yep.
Should have saved that stone.
And you are currently in, starting right behind you and towards the villain in a 20-foot cylinder of difficult terrain as a hailstorm begins to whip up around you inside the cavern.
Oh, fun.
Alistair.
Alistair's going to take what movement he can to get out of the difficult terrain. Preferably a little bit.
You can easily make it out backwards away from the cultist.
Then he will, and then he will touch himself for his last 3 points of lay on hands for the day.
Yep.
And redraw his short sword. That's his turn.
Cyril,
Also,
you are caught in the middle of a blizzard in a cavern underground.
and you also took 13 points of
This is
damage.
pretty dumb. 13 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yes, you took 13 points of damage.
Ow. How about no?
Oh,
I will go ahead and bring out. I guess I'll, cash in with all the spells that I have. This guy is pretty nasty. He needs to make a DC 14 Wisdom save. As I slowly begin to hum, two different,
lovely bunch
okay.
of compliments.
two different Imagine Dragon songs overlaid on top of each other.
That would be terrible. And I'm sorry, Roger, but apparently this guy is not putting up with your shit.
He takes half damage on a successful,
Okay, well, he does take some damage.
but he doesn't have to move away.
Obviously, he's not putting up with your shit.
No, I mean, I fully expected this going into a fight as a caster against a bunch of casters. They're all going to have proficiency on wisdom saves, which is why I started with the dex save. But apparently he managed to luck out on that one.
Yeah, it hit the other two, though.
Yeah, but they all went down like chumpsicles.
He rolled like an 18 or 19.
No, I mean, yeah, it's just... I had to do some damage. That's the most damage I can do in a turn.
Anyway, Ron's...
You did good.
Anyway, Rod's got a leg.
I mean, half of 17, that's not bad. Ront, as Luke said, has a leg. Ront, swing, leg. If you could hear the sound of a facepalm.
Did he fuck up again?
Ront, botch, leg.
Leg break.
Ron broke his leg. Oh no.
He's got another leg.
Can the leg be healed even if it's dead?
No, unfortunately, in this game, healing magic does not work on undead stuff.
Would mending work?
The leg Ront was yielding snaps in half. It was pretty old anyway. And Ront is now weaponless.
He's got fists. He's still trained in. It does 1 damage plus strength. He can still punch somebody pretty effectively.
That is a valid point.
That's what I spent the entire
Uthal,
first
you're
session.
in the middle of a blizzard and underneath the ground.
I move out of the blizzard to the in all fast means.
There's about 15 feet of blizzard in front of you, and the end of the blizzard's right behind you.
I will step out behind me for the end of the blizzard.
Okay.
I will healing word on Roger as soon as I pull up my spellbook page. Hold on. Those are cantrips. Alright, Roger.
Did Roger leave the blizzard?
Roger.
I assume as much, but I did not explicitly say that I left the blizzard.
Roger.
It's okay, it doesn't keep damaging you.
I was about to say, I didn't think it would.
Okay, well, if it doesn't keep damaging him, then I don't feel bad about this. Roger. 5 hit points.
Yay!
And then I will touch myself for 7 hit points. I really like how healing word can be used at a distance even at first level.
Okay. Dro,
You're alive.
Wait, who was the healing towards?
I give
Me
Roger.
and then
Me.
Uthal on himself.
Oh, okay. Just making sure I wasn't dropping anything. Alright. I'll,
Why would we heal you, Ben?
because I'm the hero. Anyway. I tell the guy, keep your eyes on me. I'm your problem. And continue to punch him with a sword.
I don't think you're using a sword properly, dude.
I'm a monk. It's a monk weapon.
Okay.
Monk's punch.
I think that short sword hits. Adam?
Both of your strikes hit, and you feel the bones of the cultist's face collapse under your fists
Ouch.
as he goes limp and flops to the ground.
There, he surrendered. Tie him up. Or better yet, if one of the other ones surrendered, tie them up. Are they still alive?
I mean,
Everybody's dead.
yeah. With NPCs, usually they just die.
What bitches?
Bitches, where?
Well, that was a waste of time. Do they have anything fun in their pockets?
Yeah, we searched it. We searched them. Also, Alistair is going to take one of the scimitars.
Okay, Alistair takes one of the 3 scimitars.
Hey, Ron. You might benefit from a scimitar too. What do you think?
I don't know if bards are proficient in scimitars.
They
I
are-
don't think they are.
They are not. I looked because I was thinking you would be the one to go to scimitar. You get the rapier, though. Short sword, long sword,
Ooh.
rapier, hand crossbow, and simple weapons. That's you.
Was there
Yeah.
a rapier?
Well, I thought there was 3 scimitars and a dagger.
Yeah, I took the dagger just automatically.
Yeah, so there's nothing for me here except the torch. I guess I'll take that.
Do you have any weapons at all?
Yeah, the iron pipe,
He's a mage. He's a
well-
living weapon.
and I have the hand crossbow. Is it possible that I could salvage the bolt that I had tucked into this guy's shoulder?
Uthal's going to walk over to you and hand you the dagger he pulled from the guy. Because really, he pulled it from the guy because he wanted to throw it at the guy. So he wasn't planning on keeping it.
Oh, okay. I have 2 daggers, and by 2 daggers I mean I have 1 dagger.
You have a dagger and a pipe.
I pulled my dagger out of the dude that died.
Adam,
I assume he was holding on to it.
No, your
Adam.
dagger glanced off his arm. Like, it cut his arm, but it went past him.
Well, I get
But
it anyway.
it is retrievable.
Adam,
Woo.
Yes, you can get your bolt back.
yay! Also, did his torch fizzle out when it hit the ground, or is it still lit?
It is still lit.
Well, we'll recover it as best I can.
Luke's torch has gone out, though, since it was caught in the blizzard.
It was never a torch. It was a light spell cast on a dagger.
Well, in that case, it hasn't gone out.
Zero will take his time messing with the color on the torch that he's recovered using his thaumaturgy. And I guess I will investigate, head up towards the the lifted sarcophagus. You know, the raised platform that the tomb has in the center.
Yes.
And I will try to see if I can interpret any of the symbols, or if it's all just like the old dwarvish.
Well, I'll let you know right now. He said Orcus, and Orcus equals Demon Prince of Undeath.
So,
Well, that's what the
Getting undead
cultists
minions.
were of. That doesn't mean that this guy has anything to do with that.
I'm
He's
just,
just a dead dwarf.
I'm just saying that if they were messing around with him, maybe it's a zombie dwarf at this point.
I don't know.
Maybe it started out as a dead dwarf. Maybe it's changed
They
since then.
they weren't finished yet.
and they were using a ritual to bring them back too.
Okay.
Ooh, no.
Well, I mean, ritual to bring him back means they couldn't just cast him into existence. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm not a mage, but still.
I think you can cast Raise Dead as a ritual in this game.
It probably means that all of them were not individually powerful enough to raise him.
Whatever, you want to take care of the sarcophagus, be my guest.
Anyone who has it can roll a knowledge arcana.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
That is the voice of someone who knows knowledge. Arcana.
Dang it.
I have Jack of all trades, which means my Arcana is not really that good. I rolled the same, so really that
Luke?
means
You recognize, since you know Draconic, that around. I assume that Arcana was for Uvu, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Around the sarcophagus are runes seem similar to the incantation necessary for Raise Dead, but this is not a spell that needs to be cast as a ritual. But you also know that Raise Dead has a very short time limit. You can't raise somebody out more than a couple days dead.
Okay, then possibly like resurrection or true resurrection. Either way. Yeah. Let's see. I am a cleric, but I'm also a cleric of the arcane domain. This is not good.
I'm sorry.
But inside the sarcophagus is a very dead skeleton of a dwarf.
Okay. Anything else?
well,
A
I mean,
long
we can
sword.
still see if there's anything in here.
Wait, longsword? Alistair
There
calls-
is a long sword that is a little aged, but fine dwarf craftsmanship. It's
Alistair,
still in very good shape.
Alistair calls dibs. Who needs a short sword? Actually, who needs a scimitar? Or a short sword?
I can use short swords.
You get the short sword, but he gets a long sword now.
I can also use long swords. I whisper to myself.
Do you want a long sword or a short sword?
No, I'll probably be fine with just the short sword.
Okay, because the paladin is going to be mixing it up in melee. He should probably get the better weapon for the time being.
Short swords are what, D6?
D6 piercing.
And daggers are D4.
D4 piercing. Range 20/60.
And aside from their weapons, and in the case of the torch-wielding cultist, a very ornate set of robes, there is nothing worthwhile on the cultists.
I will repurpose the robes as a sort of ornate type of sash.
Are you sure you want to keep that
Roll knowledge religion.
finesse around you? I'm just saying, like...
Yeah. If it's just decorative, 18.
They are adorned with the repeating symbols of the cult of Orcus.
I burn it.
I'm just saying, like, you know, even if you're not a hooker, if you're wearing a hooker's uniform, you still might get pulled over.
I burn it.
And that is basically it for tonight, guys.
Well, I think, first we should probably regroup with the rest of the party and then bring them all in here for a rest.
Sounds good.
If
Secondly,
they still exist. Alright, so if we head back their way, are they there? Also, are there any other entrances to this area that we should block off before we sleep?
we got crates still. We still got, like, a shit ton of crates we can block off with.
I mean, it's still a pretty safe area. There's only one very narrow passageway in, and it's not exactly easy to get through.
I can attest to that. So, but is that the rest of the NPCs are still alive?
Yes, everyone is alive.
Oh,
and,
good.
and we can talk telepathically again once we're close to Stool.
Precisely.
Okay, we've solved that mystery.
Okay, so no more problems?
Yeah, we herd everyone into the shrine area and barricaded off for a long rest.
Let's sleep with the corpse.
I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen?
Besides it coming to life and killing us.
Well, if that's the case, we took care of it once, and there's more of us in here now. I'm willing to bet we could just sit on it, and it won't be too much of a problem.
I'll ask Eldith if she has any more context on the dwarven writing, or if it's just as much of a mystery to her as it is to me.
Well, it obviously seems to be the tomb of some great warrior, but long forgotten for the mass of dwarven history.
Are there any dwarven holds in this area? I suppose that's a question you probably wouldn't know.
None that any histories I recall spoke of.
Well, dwarven history runs back a long time, so I suppose entirely possible that entire kingdoms and peoples have been forgotten.
We are an ancient race. I will remind everybody that it actually hasn't been that long so far in the course of this day.
Yeah, we haven't really traveled that far.
So we're just making a short rest?
I think a short rest would probably be worth it.
Okay, yeah, short rest would probably be
2
better.
encounters today.
Or you could end the encounter on a what will happen next week as you travel.
I mean, the thing is, like, I don't want to go much further without the whole group here. So I'm tempted to just call it now and say, well...
Well, no, that's what I mean. I mean, just continue
Yeah.
the day's worth of traveling.
Okay, yeah. We can take a short rest, though.
Yeah, you know, I'll take a short rest.
Don't forget to give yourself an extra d6 as I give a performance of an ancient dwarven funeral, right? Oh, ee-oh. Ee-oh. Ee-oh.
Well, luckily, Alistair gets it back even without that, so...
Misty Mountains dead. Well, I'm only 1 health from being full. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm back to full, too.
Cool. I got back up to full with just the regular D8.
I think I probably got back
You
to
mean
my
D6?
regular D8 also.
No, bards
okay.
get a D8
Yeah, I see.
because they're combat casters.
Woo woo!
It's nice that like no class gets a D4 hit die now, because I'll be honest, like D4 hit dice are literally the worst idea ever.
It's the only weakness of the wizard after a certain point.
Yeah, see, yeah, remember that one necromancer I had you guys facing? He had 100 hit points, and then Adam hit him for like 356 points of damage with one spell.
I believe
game
that
was
might
this?
have been a twin spell.
That was the one that Samsar.
Oh yeah, that
was
definitely
the,
would have been
that
a
was the-
twinned maximized spell.
That don't forget about the energy, like admixture.
That's
Oh,
how
yes.
it's not actually twinned. Yeah, it's energy admixture. So it's probably like a double fireball.
Or you like to
Maximized.
do
Empowered.
fire and acid together, I think.
Yes, I always mixed acid because it overcomes DR.
One of the reasons 3rd edition is still very broken.
Well,
Well-
I mean, to be fair, he's using a class out of the book of erotic roleplay.
Which is
Yeah.
a third-party source.
Fantasy, sir, fantasy.
Yeah, erotic fantasy.
Well, it depends on who you talk to. Apparently, it was actually supposed to be a first-party source, but then Wizards decided that it wasn't really good for their image. But then the
yeah.
group that actually wrote it for Wizards as a first-party source published it as a third-party because of OGL.
Okay.
And you'll notice that it was the writers were a couple. I don't think it was intended for group play.
Oh, I'm fairly certain it was in some parts.
Oh, it was not this type of group.
Okay. Anyway, by
No.
the way, do we level?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, no, it hasn't. We've only had 2 encounters, and it tends to be average of like 4 encounters before you level,
Well,
or if the DM breaks, and I don't think Adam is someone who breaks that easy.
just asking.
And y'all did
Unlike
get some pretty
someone
good
else I
magic
know
items
who-
last
who
encounter.
knows things.
Okay,
Hey,
that's fair.
Roger. Will was on the verge of tears. I had to give you all that level.
he was pretty tearful.
Wait, I need to hear this story.
It's not much of a story. We're just in my campaign. I was trying to make it a lot more combat heavy than I'm used to. And I did tell them that I wanted them to level up fast and be higher powered, but they were going to start off lower powered since this is like their first encounter with 5th edition. I don't want to get them in over their head. But the party had just leveled up a little while ago, and then they reached the city that they're trying to go for, and Will said, "Can we level? I mean, seeing as we finally reached the city, it's a satisfying narrative conclusion, and we did fight something this session." And I broke and let them level. Even though
We're only
technically...
We're only like level 5, so it is nice in 5e that classes have flavor from like right at level 2, but at level 5 is where it starts to break a little harder.
Yeah, 5 is
at
when
levels-
people start getting pretty strong.
Ben's gonna hold us out for level 6, because level 6 is when you get the second, I'm gonna call it the path bonus, but it's like the second
Class bonus.
bonus in classes that you get from the different divergent paths you get within the class.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to be like holding it out further than the game suggests. I'd probably be giving it to you sooner, seeing as I keep pitting y'all against encounters that the game says you will die.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was the kind of thing for the Pathfinder game that I ran before I did Tyranny of Dragons. I decided to build the encounters the specific way they told you to in the game mastery section of the guide, where it's like, okay, For a party average level whatever, you have 2,400 experience points to a lot. So I would pick like 4 things that are worth 600 experience points, and the party would just steamroll right through them.
Yeah, but that's because the game's expecting you to be in a very long dungeon crawl with like 12 encounters on a floor.
Yeah.
Getting through like 4 to 6 encounters per day of playing. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not intended to be an individually difficult encounter, but to be more of a war of attrition.
Yeah. All right.
Yep, that is true, because if you put a party up against its anticipated CR encounter, and you're only hitting 1, maybe 2 encounters in a session, there's never going to be a challenge. So you have to up the CR or play faster, which is difficult online.
Okay.
Definitely with the Lepanes. They always stop and go, wait a second, let me make the most optimal move.
Yeah, that.
A minute later, they do their action, and they're very happy about it. And the encounter goes much slower, even though it has much less rounds than it would be if they just went in half-cocked.
Yeah. I mean, but then you have Corey who's like, I swallowed the crystal. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing,
Oh.
Corey?
See, in my last game, I made a magic system that was using true naming and meld shaping to be the fundamental reality of the universe. Matt was coming in there with his logic and telling me things about my own world that I did not know. And I would have to admit that, yes, that is logical. Congratulations, you're playing a very good true namer.
True naming is
Meanwhile-
for sissies. I was playing
meanwhile-
as the fringe magic character.
Meanwhile, Corey, who completely forgot what my setting was between each session, managed to make himself a god using my rules of magic in the last session.
Interesting.
It was different.
Okay. Anyway, so any plans for next week or anything that's going to preempt us from doing this next week?
Everything will.
As in,
Tacky mushrooms.
as in seriously it will, or are you just assuming at this point?
I'm
I'd say
assuming.
the only conflict I have is the 4th.
Of September?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I know what happens on the 4th of September. I know I have a schedule for this next week, but I don't have it saved. So I will be able to know tomorrow if there will be an explicit conflict. But I think I have the same shift I do today, which means I will just be like later than 5:30. Because I get off at 5, but let's be honest, like
They're going to
it's a
keep you there
while
till
before I
5:30.
actually get out of the door because they're like, Roger, how do I do this thing? Because we have new people and
Oh,
they just don't know.
And that's where you just say my watch is ended
Oh.
and you walk out. Anyway, I'm gonna head on out. I'm gonna stop the stream first. And so good night, internet and everything.
Good
Good night.
And good luck.
Remember, take it easy. And if it's easy, take it twice.
Chicka wow wow.
Okay, anyway.
Oh,